I will. What does it feel like?
Okay. Oh, it works.
I ain't seen it enough to know.
Okay, we are live for real. Well, we've been live, so this is gonna be the opening to the.
It don't have to be.
It's already it's done. I don't know what you mean. Like it is
The power of
it is the
editing. It doesn't have to be.
officially. You know, I'm not fin to edit this
Okay. Well,
full
it was a nice
AAB.
talk.
That's like last time. You know, it took a little minute. Oh wait, I gotta take this Love Island sexual content disclaimer off.
Oh yeah, because they be licking each other's throats.
Like y'all need. I'm finna write a letter. I'm really gonna need.
I'm still mad about the milk.
Let ChatGPT. Right, because God forbid somebody lactose intolerant and they sleep in the same room.
No,
too.
God forbid somebody don't want no disease.
And milk be nasty when it's not the right temperature. And I just know that milk was not cold.
The milk probably was not cold.
Warm
and
milk
then it got sloshed around in 3 different microbiomes.
And I feel like
it got poured on somebody's head.
If I want to put on my tinfoil theory, it's just they did that because Alandra said Ace still had breast milk on his breath, and then Nick said he didn't, so that's why they did it. But welcome to
not everybody got it.
Otaku Talk. I almost said Otakos, but I'm sorry, I really did. I almost said Otakos. I have no idea why. I have to find a way to pull up YouTube chat. But
welcome to Charlie's.
Not you to put Charlie's on O'Reilly's. We are all over the place. I just hope y'all notice what y'all finna get. It's gonna be very
it really
chaotic.
Is Isn't O'Charlie's a restaurant?
Oh my God, why are we not live on YouTube? Let me see. It says we're live on YouTube. But
I told you it don't gotta be the intro.
But it's saying we not. Bitch, what?
Oh well, start over. From the top.
No, I'm not gonna start over, but literally,
welcome back to Otaku.
When I go on my phone, we're just like, I can't find that my channel's live.
Is this even Otaku Talk? Ain't we laid back lens?
No, but this is like this. Anytime we talk about anime,
I know. I'm not trying to.
Why are we not live on there, even though we're live in the studio? That's what I'm trying. I mean, YouTube.
You want me to test out? You want me to drop a bunch of F-bombs and see if we get?
No, like I'm literally on YouTube.
Let me describe 3 scenes of Mignon in a row. Okay, so first,
hold on, because I need to run it back. Because it's private. It's actually it's time for me to run that back. I feel like it's definitely time to run Mignon back. Okay, you lucky. So that part where you were singing is not gonna be on YouTube. Look at God, because it was private.
Am I lucky, or are the viewers unfortunate?
Oh, that's up to them to decide, and it still ain't showed up on here yet. So I don't know how it's gonna fix itself if it's saying it's not private or whatever. So I don't know. Woo! You know what? StreamYard be trying to get my coin. The Love Island alert triggered you. No, there is no Love Island. Thank the Lord. I'm just trying to figure out why I'm not live on YouTube, even though it says I'm live on YouTube. So just bear with me. Now we're on there. Yeah. Perfect. It's on
Twitch.
There now.
Can I see us on Twitch?
Yep, we live. Now we're on there. Yeah. Perfect. All right.
And can they see us though?
Yeah, they can see us now. I just pulled us back up.
Oh, you're clicking around.
Mm-hmm. So anytime I like have too many things up in front of Discord, it just disappears. We're here. We're in everywhere now. The last thing I'm gonna do is pop out this YouTube chat just in case somebody says something. I can actually see it, and we're good to go. All right.
Hey everybody.
Welcome. Y'all missed Twan singing K-pop Demon Hunters, so we're gonna start with, we've been doing Love Island, so it's time for this anime. We're like in the middle of summer, and I've been on this soapbox for a while, so I'm gonna save it today. But because of these short seasons, we are in part 2 of summer anime. I don't know what that is, but that's kind of what it feels like now. Like we do summer anime in 2 parts, right? Because seasons are no longer 24 episodes. or I mean not
For
24,
some
but
nowadays.
yeah, they I mean not even 24. How many would it take? Like 12 weeks or whatever. It just feels like we shouldn't be starting a new batch of anime in the middle of summer, but here we are. For some reason, that
Yeah,
doesn't feel right.
and it's not even just a batch, it's a avalanche.
Yeah, it's an avalanche. So we'll start off with something that's not technically anime, but if you watch any sort of anime, I don't know how you haven't watched it. We're gonna start with K-pop Demon Hunters. Actually, I know we're talking about it a little late, but Twan took a little second to watch it, but he's finally caught up. I've watched it like a lot of times, a lot of times.
And I watched it twice now.
Okay,
I think I can say twice.
yeah,
The second time was just me listening to the music.
right. I've listened to the
As I
soundtrack for sure more than I watched the movie. Um, but when I
I
watched,
wasn't ready to listen to the music alone until earlier today.
yeah, the music is so good. But like when I first watched K-pop Demon Hunter, honestly, I didn't even think I was enjoying it as much as I apparently was. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Really?
like when I
Yeah,
watched it, like
explain because I don't really get it.
it's very simple movie. Like it's only like 90 minutes or so. It's not crazy long. It's a very linear plot. It's enjoyable, but it just I didn't think I was loving it as much as I was until like the end.
Hmm.
Like as I was
Oh,
watching
okay.
the movie, I was like, "This cute" or whatever, but it didn't feel like it was really like I didn't see myself watching it again or
Hmm.
anything like that when I was first watching it.
Really?
There's some stuff that I know instantly has me, but honestly, yeah, like
Oh.
for some reason, the first time I watched it, not until about it was pretty far into the movie, like the whole last segment.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is so drastically different from my first watch.
really. I
And
mean,
I
the
guess
first
since my
song
first
ate.
watch is so recent, it's so fresh.
Yeah, the first. I mean, the songs were eating. I knew the songs ate, and I knew I was gonna listen to them on Spotify, but I still didn't think I would watch the movie again. If that makes any sense.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what
Well,
was your
they had
experience?
they had me
Yeah. When
from
did
the
it?
airplane scene.
Yeah, that ate.
From the airplane scene on, I knew I was locked in and I was about to watch something that I was going to thoroughly enjoy, and not one part of the movie did they let me down. Like
Yeah.
it was just a constant visual fun, but also like the facial expressions. I'm just such a easy entertain. I'm so easily entertained
No,
by
it was
just
so good.
like novelty choices. You know what I mean? Like I love just the different textures of the way their face felt during some different reactions, and like the humor was non stop. This was a funny movie,
It
like
was funny.
so haha hilarious, like adult funny. Like I don't even know if this was meant for kids.
I think it was
Truly,
meant for like K-pop fan, which is mostly
there
not
you go. I
kids.
think, yeah, I think maybe
Yeah,
that's
I
the
don't think
target
kid.
because like
Yeah.
I can't see the writers or the people coming up with this sitting down and saying this is targeted for our target audience is children. That just didn't come
Mm-mm.
across because there was so many like just even just slight adult humor in there. Like when she was had the uncut sushi roll, and
Mm-hmm.
she was like sniffing it like it was a blunt, and
Yeah.
she was like, oh, like
Yeah, I think it's
there
like
was
teens and
so many
up
good
because it
moments.
definitely has my nieces and my daughters in the chokehold. Like, and they like
Oh, absolutely.
11
Now, just because they're
up.
not the targeted demographic, maybe
No, I definitely think it's
if that wasn't
anybody.
established,
But there's
yeah.
also like K-pop fans who are very young, like my kids' age, and they have a different appreciation for K-pop than the Pharaoh fans in my age group. So I feel like the movie was for all of like it did a good job of being for all of those ages, like the full span of K-pop fans. And if you, I feel like whoever made the movie definitely loves K-pop. Like you could just tell, like there's so
Mhm.
many nods to K-pop and K-pop fandoms and all that kind of stuff was in the movie. It was definitely you like somebody who loved K-pop definitely made this movie. I could feel that
Yeah,
from the
I
beginning.
because I wanted one of those. I wanted both of them actually.
What?
The fan
The
lights
light
that
sticks.
yeah, the K-pop shows,
Mm-hmm.
the light stick. Yeah, I definitely wanted both of those.
And yeah, like I'm just shocked. I'm a K-pop stan, but only for 2 years. I'm still kind of new to this. Um, but I'm so excited to see people get into K-pop that are into K-pop. But I'm just let people know, like, being a K-pop fan is not for the weak or the broke. I'm just gonna let you know.
No, it is not. And you got to have devotion too, because there's fan chants you need to learn before the show. Like,
They be having dress codes.
there's
Like,
etiquette
yeah, there's etiquette.
that if you want to be a proper fan, you need to learn when they come to the States. Don't be freaking them the fuck out and
Because
having
they
to turn
will
them
look
back
at you
around.
crazy if you decide to scream when they talking. They do not like that. They be like, "You all right?" I saw one K-pop idol do that. He literally, you good?
No, for real.
They
And
do
because
not
they
play.
be looking, I feel like people don't be taking it seriously when they perplexed because they so adorable.
Yeah,
Just rip.
it's crazy. I mean, to before we get back to it, I heard TXT tickets were on sale. I heard those are teas. They call them like send offs. Are you familiar with send offs? Where you
Mm-mm.
buy a ticket so that basically you line up around like barricades, and when they finish they come through and like sign stuff like on the barricades, but it's in a
Yeah, they
set
would never do
low.
that in America.
They
They
do it
do
in
that in
America.
America?
Yeah, they do it in
No,
America.
no, they don't.
Them tickets a
No, they
thousand
don't.
dollars Them tickets a
That's why
thousand
they $1,000.
dollars
They probably like 1,000 yen
Yeah,
or whatever over there
it's like
because
them
they know
tickets
how
be
to act.
$100 over there. I'm not even lying. And they're like 1,000 over here. And sometimes they don't even make it all the way around the room because it's like a whole room full, like the edges of the room is like barricades. But
Hmm.
it's not for the faint of heart. But I'm very excited to see people like giving K-pop a real chance now that, K-pop Demon Hunters was great. Sony did a great job with this. The animation was perfect. We often talk about anime movies and like when anime is made into movies, and I think every time we see a medium that does a good job straddling like 3D and animation, I think this style also lends itself very well to that whole vibe without it
Yeah.
being too off-putting, for sure.
Yeah, it was a great mix of a lot of different things that they did very well.
Mhm.
Very well.
Yeah.
I love the voice actors.
It was so
Love
good.
the voice actors.
Why are
They're
their
so
voices
good.
so
Especially what's his name? Janu?
yes, Genu. And
Janu's
they
voice
had
actor
two
is so
different, and I
funny.
think a lot of them had a singing voice and a talking voice. Yeah, they
Yeah,
had
because
two
I saw
different.
people in some comments talking about how that wasn't the singing voice for
Right.
Janu.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Although great matches though. It
yeah.
kind of felt like the
Mhm.
type of casting for like not to take it away from anime, but like Why Don't Love Cost a Thing?
Why not? I haven't.
When you have the Tina Turner movie with Ike.
Oh, Love Don't Cost a Thing. No, that's not. That's Nick Cannon. What's love got to do with it?
No, wait, what's
What's
love got
love
to do with
got
it?
to
Look at me.
do with it?
Look at me.
We can. Oh, thank you for the
What I mixed it
follow.
up? I mixed it up with that's that
We done mixed two.
woo Mambo Lucy Lou.
You done
Can't
mixed two. We've been doing it the
completely
whole
different
day.
either.
And yes, thank you for
Right.
the
Yeah,
follows,
we
Young
getting old.
Flavians. And yes, K-pop Demon Hunters is really, really good. And we were just talking about
It is
that.
exceptional.
Yeah, it's it,
I think it's an exceptional movie.
it is. I mean, I've watched it a couple times. You're not a K-pop fan, but Demon Hunters got it's very good.
I say, oh, just watch it. Just
Yeah.
watch it. Don't even let nothing about the title or whatever it is put you off. Just press play.
And the genius about this movie is, as a person who listens to K-pop all the time, they did most of the song in English versus if you were to listen to, regular K-pop is mostly Korean with
Mhm.
English phrases, but in the movie they did it mostly English, and I think that was a good entry point for people who aren't K-pop fans. So I think even though you don't listen to K-pop because the songs are mostly in English, you'll be able to like still rock with it. What's your favorite song, Twin?
That's hard.
Okay, favorite two
It's
though.
probably between um because they do so many different like
Yeah.
vibes of songs. 'Cause honestly, it is gonna be honorable mention. Honorable mention is Soda Pop. Honorable
Yeah,
mention is
soda
absolutely
pop.
Soda Pop. Just
Mm-hmm.
the
It gets stuck in your head. It
it's
gets
so
stuck in your
cute.
head. Yeah.
I was singing it earlier before we got on. But I think my favorite is tied between Golden and Free.
Oh, Golden and
Yeah, I
Free.
think I
Golden
like
is
those two.
that girl for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Free, I just love that the falsetto part, the free. I
yeah,
love
that we always sing that
and know
part.
what I'm talking about? The harmony on the chorus.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's so good.
Free grew. It
It's
was
so
a
good.
grower. It wasn't my favorite off the bat, But then even at first, how it's done, the first song when they on the plane and stuff, that song eats. I thought that was gonna be
What you
my
said?
favorite.
Check my fit for my napalm era, bitch. I'm trying to have my napalm era. Let me
Like
not this movie motivate me. Let me get my life together.
I love that. That whole sequence was so like I just loved it. But Golden and what's the song at the end? Because Golden was kind of Golden wasn't at the end. Golden was the one where her voice cracked.
Um.
But then at the end, this what is it? How it sounds or this is what it sounds
Oh
like.
yeah, this is what it sounds like.
Golden and
This is
this
what
is
it
what it
sounds
sounds
like.
like.
Actually, I'm taking golden out. Sorry, and putting free or this is what it sounds like. Those are the
This
two,
is what it
actually.
sounds like. Gives me goosebumps. But Golden is that bitch.
Yeah.
But then your idol is actually legit my song.
Your idol is legit. There's so many good songs, but I'm sticking with what I said. I'm only changing it once. It's a tie between free and this is what it
Yeah.
sounds like. I just love the vocal textures on this is what it sounds like. I
Yeah.
love
This is what it sounds like. The
the
textures,
escalations.
the magical girl, shout out.
Crescendo, that's what it
The
is.
crescendo, that song is so good. But Golden too, because just the technicality. Like the
Mm,
singer for Rumi on
It's
Golden,
insane.
her range is crazy.
Yeah. Damn it. And I feel bad for taking it out.
And that
Yeah,
slide, like how
I
she
gave my top
goes.
three at least.
Has Jared, what's his name? Jared, has he broken down Golden? I'ma need him. Somebody need to sing him Golden.
Oh, somebody needs to do that. Yes.
Somebody,
I haven't
yes.
watched
I don't think he's done
any
Golden,
vocal breakdown videos.
but the technical ability to be able to do that Born to Be, like how she goes so
Oh,
high with so much power.
born to
I'm
be.
like,
Mm.
and then she goes so deep. Like at one point, she goes very low.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
She
said,
said, "I'm going to show you range,
"Oh my
regardless if you
god!"
came here for it or not."
It makes me hey Lori, man, that K-pop Demon Hunter movie is good as fuck. Listen, we've been
It
locked
just is.
in. It's so
It just
good.
is. Who's your do you have
Yeah.
a bias for these
Oh, a
other
bias.
boys?
Yeah, welcome to the world of K-pop where you have a bias. Okay. So we'll give you a little K-pop stuff. So in the K-pop group, you have a bias, which is the person like you love the most, or like who's
Because there'd
your
be 20
favorite.
people in a group.
It do be
And
like
there's
20.
somebody you have to
Some groups have
latch
Chinese,
on to.
some groups have Chinese lineups, Korean lineups, and then just the regular group. Some of them have subsets of groups. Like K-pop is crazy for that. And then of course you
I
got to
think
get
17 was the first group I knew that had that many people. I was like, this is
it'd
crazy.
be like 20
Y'all
people.
pretty much put a summer camp on stage and said we're gonna make y'all famous.
This is Survivor. I just know they trying to figure out who survives. And I know a lot of people who haven't been into K-pop got into it with Cat's Eye too, because I know they had that show on Amazon
Hmm.
before they came out. So I've seen a lot of people getting more into. They don't know it's K-pop because it's Cat's Eye, but it's
Hmm.
definitely K-pop. So
Well, I think Netflix is really pushing the agenda, Korean agenda,
in general,
because they're just putting so much grade A content, Korean content on their platform, and I think there's even a like a making the band type of show for
that's who Cat's Eye.
a Korean girl group.
That was Cat's
Cat's Eye,
Eye.
you were saying?
They had a
Oh,
show
okay,
on
gotcha.
Amazon.
I haven't
I
seen it yet.
think it was on Amazon. Speaking of Korean media, I'm starting to show S-Line and it's crazy, and I just say you should watch it. I love it. I'm enjoying
What's it
it so
called?
far. S-Line, I think. It's just like people have these red strings coming out of their head. It's crazy. It's very interesting. I'm enjoying it. I think it's called
Okay,
S-Line. Yeah.
I'll look it
So,
up.
but I've been trying to catch up on all this anime for today, so I didn't really get to get into it the way I usually do. But yes, welcome
Hmm.
to the world. So if you can hear us in the chat and you've watched K-pop Demon Hunters, let us know what your favorite song is, and if you have a favorite character or person that you would get a photo card of, let us know who that person is. So who's your person, Twan? Who's your bias?
I hate to be severely lame, but it's I think it might be Janu.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a tie between Janu and Abby.
yeah. Abby reminded me so much of Kai from EXO. Um, and actually, the Saja Boys were inspired by EXO, which is my favorite boy K-pop group of all times. Even though they grown men, I like the grown men. Okay, I'm not trying to be out
Right.
here listening at the 19-year-olds. EXO are grown men, and so they are my favorite, and they are the ones who inspired Saja Boys. So yeah, I just feel like Kai reminds me. I mean, Abby reminds me so much of Kai with the pink hair. And Genu kind of actually. Um, so
I think I
yeah.
sent you that video earlier when it was like the moment I saw
Oh, the
Abby, I
guy.
thought of Wano,
Yeah, the guy
and then he
from
actually did it.
yeah. They're my favorite. Genu is just how can you not like him? He's my favorite
Yeah.
too.
Abby got me for obvious reasons.
I want them to do a
Anybody
little
that
show.
can anybody that can put construction paper over their
Oh, when he
shirt
did the
and
little
still get the ab etching,
that was
I'm a
so
fan.
funny. Yes, I love that. But yeah, great movie. I'm probably gonna watch it again. I've been listening to the soundtrack. I've been trying to listen to other things because I'm going to like 2 concerts. I like to be concert ready, so I'm working on learning fan chants for
Hmm.
one. As we speak about
Hmm.
K-pop, I have to learn my chants for Kai, and so I'm trying to make sure I study for the concert. I need to be ready. Um, and then I've been trying to listen to Kishi, the lineup for his show. That's August 2nd. So I'm trying to like make sure I'm ready for the show. So I've been trying to fit it in between those. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, that's
Listening Pilates.
listen. I gotta learn these damn fan chants. Okay, they are strict. I, I'm just like okay.
Yeah, I felt overwhelmed when I was going to go to that BTS concert with Ashley. I felt so overwhelmed. I was like, I didn't know was going to have homework agreeing to this concert.
Did she know the fan chants?
Yeah, she know. She's been a couple times. She honestly, and I just maybe because I haven't been to one, I will
Mm-hmm.
reserve my opinion. But she was like, she came back all emotional. She was like, I'm just like, it's hard for me. I don't know if I like enjoy myself more, Beyonce or BTS. I said, girl, have your dilemma.
Why was she having
I
a
don't think I
dilemma
would have
about
that
it? Why was she
same.
having a dilemma? I mean, who's the what's which one do you think she deep down enjoyed more?
Honestly, probably BTS. So
Yeah.
at the time, she gets we both share fixations. Like we get hyper fixated on
Mm-hmm.
things. And at that time, her hyper fixation was K-pop and all things Korean. And so I think at the time, just because it was in the midst of her hyper fixation, she's kind of fallen out of it a little bit now, though she
Mm-hmm.
still loves it. I think that was pretty much that sealed the deal. She was just so wrapped up, like, and I don't think she's ever really cried at a Beyonce concert besides the last one, but that was more
Uh,
recent. That just happened.
but to be fair, like Korean artists do give you so much to work with if you're a fan. Like I know, like Beyonce's fan, the Beehive carries all of it. Like Beyonce don't have to do nothing. Like y'all gonna come
No,
up
but
with
we do.
y'all.
We do the heavy
Yeah,
lifting.
y'all gonna come up with y'all own themes for the concert. Y'all gonna do y'all carry like hard carry, and she loves that. So y'all got y'all thing going on,
Speaking of,
right? Y'all be hard carrying, but I feel like with K-pop, the actual artist does give you directions to go as a fandom. I just feel like there is a lot for you as fandom. Like they have, like I know Beyonce has a fan club, but them fan clubs are intense. Okay,
yeah,
pre-sales are
and
intense,
they are like
and they are
serious too.
strict.
Like K-pop artists will release a song, and their whole nation of fans will host back-to-back streaming parties. They will have
Streaming
that song
parties.
or whatever social media video. They will have that thing in the like hundreds of millions within like 24 hours.
The K-pop artists be on chats with their fans. They do live
Yeah,
streams. They obviously release
frequent
photo.
live.
Yeah, they do like photo card releases. They have obviously light sticks. They do themes for their concerts. They do the fan chant. Some of them will make videos teaching you the fan chant that you can watch.
Yeah,
So I
America
just
could just give
feel
us a TikTok dance and some merch,
hell
some
damn.
clothes.
Right. So I just feel like if you
At
are
least
a
Beyonce is
K-pop
giving us
fan,
fans and stuff.
right, Beyonce give y'all stuff like she just does greatness and then y'all run with it and she like supports it. But I just feel
Mhm.
like K-pop definitely, if you like to hyperfixate, like they will give you plenty to lock in with
Yeah.
official stuff. So I just think, I can see that. But yeah. So K-pop Demon
Yeah,
Hunter,
back
any
to yeah, I actually want to talk a little bit about like some of the stuff in the movie. Like
mm-hmm.
I know I sent you that video talking about there was a aquarium date that was taken out from between Jinu and
Yeah.
Rumi.
Right.
And they actually like kissed in that scene. And at first, I was like that dude in the video, ripping his entire house apart. But then when I thought about it more, I was like, you know what? I'm glad they didn't do that. I am glad they didn't do that because
Why?
obviously, number one, great room for a part two.
Yeah, yeah,
Jinu doesn't have to be dead, which I love.
yeah,
Because this whole supernatural element to it, him getting absorbed in the flames is not necessarily a death.
yeah.
He's just taking out the story for a little bit. I saw some theories that he's in her sword or something like that. Like his
I
spirit is
was
still in her sword.
Yeah, it was like his spirit, his soul gave like powered up her sword, which yes, I'm kind of they built a lot of tension between her and Genu, and I hated that they took that out that made it more solid. But like you said, I think it
Well,
does build like leave something to hopefully build on. But I don't know why I still feel like they could have left it though.
and let me say, the reason I'm happy about it is because I feel like it was great pacing. That is another compliment I can give the movie. I thought it
Yeah.
was
For
great
such a
pacing for a
short
movie.
runtime.
Yeah, it had just enough in there for me to feel latched on, to
Mm-hmm.
care, to sympathize, to desire, and within the contents of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I just felt like leaving that kiss, undone, and with the pacing of their relationship building,
Mm-hmm.
and with the difficulties of just him being a demon in general,
Yeah.
and working out the just logistics of them even kind of slightly working. I
Yeah.
like that they left all of that for a part two because if they do end up in like having a kiss in the second movie, it's going to be all the much more satisfying, I think, and it's going to feel a lot more natural
It's
and a lot
very
more well paced.
it's very like for me, which it was something I also appreciate once again. Like it's so Final Fantasy X coded for me. Almost like how Yuna and Titus had this thing, and then like X2 was kind of her trying to find him, kind of, or like
Hmm.
figure this thing out. Like that's kind of what it reminds me of. Even with him, like
Yeah,
her
I
being
can
a
give it to
pop
you 100%.
star. Yeah, like her being a pop star, his soul, like giving her a power up.
What can I
Like
do for you? What
right.
can I do for
It's
you?
very like Final Fantasy
Looking
X2
in.
to me. Even the hairstyles and stuff and the looks and their sword is very Final Fantasy. Like if you've never played X2, like just go look it up. It's three characters. It's Yuna, Pain, and what's her other girl?
Riku,
Riku. It's so them coded.
my favorite, my
Yes.
personal favorite.
It's so them coded, like down to the T. Like Pain is the what's the red hair girl? Red hair girl. And then you have Yuna, Rumi,
Zoe, yeah, Zoe, Mira,
Zoe.
and Rumi.
Yeah, and she is like they're each just like them. Somebody love Final Fantasy X too. I promise you. So like if they even made a game like that would eat because that last little part with the power
Oh,
ups, like it was almost like they leveled up. They had the like iridescent look with after Genu sacrificed himself. So I'm hoping that they
yeah, there's gonna
do.
be there's gonna be a gotcha game before anything
You think
very
it's gonna be a
soon.
game
I'm
first?
so sure it's gonna be a gotcha game before anything else, and then it could eventually be like a full-fledged game, but there will be a gotcha
It
game
could be
on
like it
mobile.
could literally be like Love in Deep Space. Even it's so many games that
They ain't gonna
remind
they ain't
me
gonna
of
go that
this.
far. It's gonna be something like
If they
I don't
just
know,
can we
like
get a
the
collab with
solo leveling game that came out.
because Sony did make this at the end of the day. So you know a game has to be coming.
Said
Sony
right.
made it. So you know a game got to be coming. Like I just can't see them not turning this to a game. But if they did make a part two, because you were saying there's so much, what would you want the part two story to kind of be? That wouldn't feel
To be I would want it to maintain to encompass the following. I'm structuring like I'm doing a chat
okay,
GPT prompt.
ChatGPT, go off.
Um, it would have Janu's redemption, like his full redemption. I think people are wrapped up in the fact that Janu is absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, and super talented. But he also was an absolute trash human being 400 years ago. The gag of him voluntarily leaving his family out there versus being
Mm-hmm.
taken away was earth shattering for me personally. I
Yeah.
got over it,
Yeah,
but
easily.
yeah,
easily.
yeah, I got over it. But looking at it just on paper is absolutely like abysmal. And I think his saving Rumi wasn't enough for a full redemption in my opinion. And I would respect the writers if it wasn't for them either. Like if he still had more to go, that would give a lot more respect to the script for me. So I would like to see the continuation of his redemption. I would like to see Rumi's father.
Okay.
I
Oh
would like to
yeah, like get
see
their love
his
story,
story.
like
Yeah, I want to
how
see the
she was
origination.
born. Yeah, that would
Yeah,
be.
so hopefully that gives us a kind of a peek into
I
what
want
Rumi and
what
what's
they
his
got
name
going
would be
on with
like.
this world building. Like it's so much that yeah. Ooh,
Hmm.
that would eat. Like if they go back, like in some way. Like I can see it being
Hmm.
kind of annoying thing, like Jinu just popping up out of her whipping at random times, like kind of as like a spirit version of himself.
Hmm.
And then they're kind of trying to work together to like maybe get him back in some kind of way.
Yeah, I know. I don't think you watch it, but there's a show on Amazon Prime called Vox Machina, which is
Mm-hmm.
the Dungeons and Dragons like campaign remake from Dropout TV.
Right.
They there's a storyline for somebody that's trapped in like a gun in the
Mm-hmm.
same type of context in their spirit, and the rest of the show is them trying to release him from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see that being done very well with that concept in mind.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that. So those two, his redemption, his father background, and his relationship with the mom. But also, I would love for there to be some kind of weight behind Jinu's sister being the first soul to power the Han Moon.
Mm-hmm. Like what's that about?
Because yeah, like I think it was great that it just gave us closure that yeah, even though he made that horrible decision, they were protected by the
Yeah.
first three hunters. But like they
I do
showed
want to
that
go
they
back
used
and
her soul or they her spirit, and that was the first power source of the Han Moon. So I would
yeah.
love for that storyline or that plot point device to be used in whatever
Yeah, I
Genu's
like the
storyline is.
idea of the answer to Free and Jinu being in the past, and so we get a lot of that like past story as
Hmm.
a way to figure out how to unlock him or something. So that would be kind of cool. Like I can see a movie like that. Like they're trying to unlock him, and she has so the past kind of holds the key to unlocking him or something. And like
Yeah,
his
and obviously
sister,
beautiful songs.
right? And his sister like being a key or something like that would be like really cool. So I really hope they. I feel like they probably though didn't. I don't think Sony thought it was gonna blow up the way it has.
I don't think they, even though
I don't
I
think.
probably would have been like, oh, this is something. You like watching that for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
I would have been like, well, we did something here.
We
Now I don't
ate
know if it would have reached like number one on the charts
because they
or
literally
like
dethroned like BTS, like even on like
that's what I'm
Spotify.
saying. And like very real conversation of this soundtrack getting like an Oscar nomination, and I would be so behind it.
Yeah, like
This is
I
like
don't think
new
Sony thought it was gonna
territory.
be like that. Like I thought they thought it would be cute, but I don't think they thought it would blow up the way. So hopefully they
And
are gonna green light
apparently
a second one.
they have 12 to 13 unreleased songs from the Soulja Boys that I'm like, can
So
y'all
can we do the
just
holographic?
release an album
I want to go to the concert
and the tour? Yeah, do your hologram tour.
because Miku be
I'm
out
so for
here
it. I'm
having
so for
shows.
it.
Hollow Live, they be having
I
shows.
would pay for a meet and greet ticket. I'll pay $150 for a meet and greet to take a picture with holograms.
I would too. Like I don't know what they
And
need
I'm
to
saying that very,
do. I
very
don't know.
firmly.
I don't even know if I want people cosplaying as them. I really don't think I want
Nope.
that.
Nope.
I
I want
want
I want the
yeah,
visuals of these characters that I fell in love with. I
yeah.
want them to be shown. I don't want them to be cardboard.
We
I want
need
them to
like the
be
Disney Imagineers to get out here and go ahead and just like make some little, like they do on the rides where they project. It's so crazy. Like if you've been to Disney World, it's like they
or
have the animatronics, but instead of it being
mhm.
like carved into the animatronic, it's almost like they project the. It looks
Oh
so
yeah, the face.
real.
Yeah, do that.
Go ahead and
Do
get
that.
that for the meet and
Or
greet.
yeah, or you can go to SpaceX or I know Elon is dying for some form of redemption with the
Yeah.
public. He's already turned on Trump. Get him to make five of them robots and just slap some
Or
Slap some
or
latex over them and make the people in real life.
or give me a VR meet and greet. Put some goggles on me, let me walk up to the table, meet them, have them sign my stuff. Cause usually you don't touch them when they do those. It's like you go up like on the movie. Like when you just go up to the table, you give them paper to sign, they sign it. You know, you could that's it. Like just do that.
Okay. I see your VR meet and greet, and I raise you a
Mm.
VR meet and greet in a private server with
Now
the
you know they
ability
not finna do
to
that. You know they not finna let. Cause
disrobe.
y'all ain't got no. Y'all ain't got no sense.
What if we want to see
You
Abby's abs up
all they
close?
gotta do is do that whole meet and greet scene just like they did in the movie. That would be cute though. Just do like a little immersive VR thing, you know, like y'all had in the movie, and just I would do that. I would go to their
Right. And just
holographic.
incorporate a private server, and this would be everything.
Just go ahead and make it a game like Love and Deep Space, but go ahead and this ain't China, so let's do it the American way.
This ain't China.
Right. Let's okay, right. Gooners over here. I'm just saying. But yeah, I absolutely will be going to the K-pop Demon Hunter concert. Cause at this point, they gotta do it. They gotta do
Yeah.
it.
And I think the last thing I wanted to bring up, get your opinion on, was
Mm-hmm.
Mira
Mm-hmm.
and her connection to these uh Cheshire Tiger and this
Mm-hmm.
bird she had on the shirt at the end. What do you think that mean?
Did she?
She had on the shirt. She had on like a sweatshirt of the tiger that
Mm-hmm.
belongs to Janu,
Yeah, and they were
and
still
they
around.
supposed to have no knowledge of it though, right?
But they were still like hanging around. Cause even after at the end, like even though he was gone, they made sure to show us that the tiger and the little bird was still kicking it.
No, okay. I just didn't know if she was like, oh yeah, these are his pets that I'm now
Yeah, like I think
around.
that the pets probably just like be around because they already was hanging out with Rumi before. So I
Okay.
feel like now that she not hiding anything, like at this point she wouldn't have to hide it. So I feel like they also would be cool with the pets.
I'm just saying because like there's got to be something up with her. With like they all talking about her keeping secrets and stuff. We don't know shit about
I do want
Mira,
to know out. Yeah,
Nina.
even if
We
the
don't know
next
nothing
movie
about
like
her.
focus more on them too, that would be kind of cool.
Like even Zoe, we know a little bit more about her, but we don't know jack squat about Mira.
That might eat. Yeah, I don't know, but I just assumed it. Yeah, I just took it kind of as the pets are like hanging out with them now because they were Genu's pets,
Mm.
right?
Yeah,
Were they his? Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So that was just kind of my take on it, but I hadn't really thought about it that much.
I'm gonna watch it again, and I'm gonna see when she had that shirt on.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again because I don't really need a
If she had it on
reason.
to the end, that would make sense. But if
Yeah,
I can't remember when she had it on. If she had it on before that ending, it would make no sense at all.
no. But once everything was out in the open, nobody was hiding anymore. I could see them like knowing about it and it not being a big deal. But yeah, one
Yeah.
of the better movies to have come out lately. So if you haven't
Although,
watched it, definitely watch it.
although, did we get confirmation that that teacher was full of shit? Because once the honeymoon was set,
Oh, you talking about her?
her scars ain't go nowhere.
You talking about Rumi? Girl,
No, Rumi's mentor. Them scars
I
ain't go
knew she was
nowhere when that
lying.
honeymoon was
I
set.
knew she was lying. It became clear she
I'm
was
like, why?
lying. I don't know, but it became clear she was lying before that because she
Because it
was like,
always
you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Like she just that it just felt like she just told her that to keep her like chill or keep
And it always
controlling
felt
her.
like it was for her safety. It never felt like malicious or evil or anything. It just felt like she truly believed that this was going to be the solution because she just needed her to keep it secret just until we can get rid of it, just until we can do this. Like, never gave me
Mm,
nefarious means.
I don't think it gave nefarious, but it just gave like you have no way of knowing that. Like if it's never been done before, you have no way of knowing like how the honeymoon turning gold is going to affect Ruby. Like you have no way of knowing that, girl.
I
That's a
mean,
theory.
I was imagining she wasn't the first one because for you, what's his name? Um, Janu to pick it up so quickly. Like it didn't take him a lot of processing time. And because we didn't get a lot of backstory, we don't know if this was like the first ever
Hmm.
half and half type situation. So maybe they left that up in the air. We
Well,
don't
that's
know
what I
if this
mean.
is
Like
something that's happened before.
well, yeah, but the honeymoon being like complete and turning gold, that would have been a first. So like, there's no way she
Oh,
could
that's true.
really
Yeah.
know how the honeymoon being complete would affect Ruby. That's why I kind of always took it as
Wait,
it was just like
I
a
thought they did the I thought they did the ritual or the performance to turn the honeymoon gold once a year.
I think they wanted to keep it strong, but it seemed like something they was always working to. Like, I don't know, I might be wrong, but they always felt like they were like working towards that.
I
And
know they
like,
did something once a year, so either they were strengthening it
yeah, that's
or
what I
they
thought
were.
they were strengthening it. And like once it turned gold, it was like gonna be, done.
Mm, okay.
Because that's kind of what she was saying. Yeah, we have to work towards turning the honeymoon gold. So it feels like that was the goal all along, like to keep turning it gold. So I don't know. And then she
Mm,
was saying like once it's done, once it's gold, then that'll be it. Because they were like, this is gonna be it. Like they'll be divided. They can't get in. So it's just like she really had no way of knowing what would happen to a half demon, half human. Really, like which side would they really fall on?
yeah.
You
I
actually
mean,
have no idea.
and on top of that, I needed more explanation about how the separation happens because the way they
Yeah,
visualized it, they made it look like a big net just landed on top of the
exactly.
world and they pushed all the demons down. So
Which
how
is
would
like
Janu be
almost
separated anyway?
Which is
Like
also
I
like
feel
they
like he
have
would
their
just be
own
pushed
realm.
down.
So why are they just like flattening on? I need a little bit more for because it
Well,
was
yeah, I feel like that's what like that was just like maybe a metaphorical
just like
separation. You know, like
maybe
when people are on opposite ends of the door and they're sliding down
right,
the door because they can't speak to each other, can't get their feelings out. I feel like there might have been a metaphorical thing. It just pushes them down and separates officially their realm from ours.
right. What is this? Sorry, it's like a
And
joke.
because all the souls that Janu and the other Soldier boys were collecting were coming from the sky too, so it kind of makes sense.
Okay, Twitch was messaging me, but it's old. Okay, but yeah. So yeah, I'll be curious to know also about the Hun Moon a little bit more. So I hope they do a sequel or at least a
Yeah,
gotcha
they
game.
got they got every means for it. They have the demand, the
Right.
what it called the momentum. They
But
just
if
need
they
to
want
do
to
it.
do a tour, that'll be cute too. Or at least a performance at like the K-pop awards or something this year. That would be cute.
Cheetah Girls did a tour. They better get their holographic ass out there and perform.
I would love that. I'm watching it today. I forgot about it. Yeah, it's a really good movie. I highly. It's not a long watch. It's cute. It's to the point. Very entertaining. Very quick. So yes, highly recommend K-pop Demon Hunters. So now let's go ahead and move on to speaking of experiences. Let's go ahead and talk about the summer Hikaru died, because that is an anime that
Yay! One of my
premiered.
favorites.
That anime premiered. I don't know when it premiered, but it's on Netflix. That's what I do know.
At least like 3 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah,
Two,
we
three
got
weeks
three
ago.
episodes, right? We're on. We have
I
three
did not
episodes.
see the last third episode. That's
You
the
still didn't
only
watch it?
newest episode I have. No, because I got caught up on the other ones. But you can talk me through it. I'm gonna watch it after this.
No, you have to watch it.
I
I'm
mean, I
gonna
can put it
tell
on the
you.
background while we talk about it.
I don't like. Hold on, let me remember what happened on this episode.
Well, we didn't talk about the second episode,
Okay,
which I
yeah.
did see.
Okay, yeah, the
So
second
pretty
episode.
much we got
Because the second episode was
introduced to
honestly
the
pretty slow to me.
yeah.
It was very slow
I mean,
until
I haven't
the
seen it in
end.
comparison to episode 3, so I'm still on a decent pace in my head.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those shows that aren't gonna be crazy action packed or anything like that because it's really the
Hmm.
story. I feel like it's the journey, and it's gonna be a slow unfolding. So I was cool with the slower episode, but yeah, definitely. I'm trying to remember what happened in episode 2.
Yeah.
Let me see
Yeah.
the intro. What did
Yeah.
we do? You like the intro?
You said it's a journey. You had got me on Tisha Campbell. I'm
Oh
owning
God,
my
don't do
existence.
that. Don't do that, please.
Going. I've been rich and poor, man.
Let me find it. Oh, it's on
Owning
Netflix. Why
my
am I on here?
existence.
Hold on 1 second. Because I'm trying to remember what even happened. Like,
My
I don't really
everything.
remember how episode 2 really even opens.
I know that it ended
For
with
couples on
him visiting an old lady, and we find out that it seemed like she shoved her entire fist in her throat.
Oh, wow.
Like she shoved her fist in her mouth.
Wait, there's a
And I
Too Hot
guess
to
that's
Handle
what
game? I'm going to play it.
I'm gonna let you tell me about that.
Oh, there's a Squid Game. You know Netflix got games.
Deciding
I-
whether
I
to
be
marry
forgetting.
or move
Yeah.
on.
The summer Hikaru died. Yeah. So
Now
the old
Netflix,
lady
no,
had
I watched
died.
this. Netflix be making me scroll for days. They'll never put what I just watched
They
in my
don't. That's why I had to
continue
just go ahead and
watching.
type it because I say, okay, so y'all just ain't gonna bring it up.
But like I feel like a lot of Paramount Plus don't ever put. The only thing I watch on Paramount Plus right now anyway is Drag Race and Big Brother. So
Mm-hmm.
why neither one of those in my recently
Boy,
watched?
they will have everything up there but to show you damn watching. I'm gonna tell you that. They get on my damn nerves. I was
Okay, I
about to run a
just thought
Jet
it
2
myself.
commercial. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
I just got into. I did not know where that was coming from until this week. I just stumbled
Sunny
upon
on
those on
my
my TikTok
head.
finally.
I like when people do the different versions of it with different accents. Yeah, I don't
Need a
know.
jet two holiday, holiday,
Hold
holiday,
on,
jet two.
cause I still been enjoying that one. What is going on in this episode? This show's so fucking weird. First of all, let's talk because we haven't even talked about episode 1. Let me tell y'all about the summer
I thought we
Hikaru
did.
dies. We talked about it a little bit. I think we talked
Mhm.
about it a little bit before we started talking about something else. But this show is about this little gay boy, and he's in Japan.
About this little American flag. Take the L out.
No, but it's technically a boys love horror. I guess they call it body horror. Body horror is apparently a subgenre. I'm just now learning about this week. Um,
Hmm.
but basically, his best friend died. There's a kid named, what's his name, Yoshiki.
Hikaru.
Yoshiki has a friend
Yoshiki.
named Hikaru. Hikaru went to the mountains. He seemed like he hurt himself. He slipped, fell, or something like that. Everybody was looking for him. And we skipped to him hanging out with his best friend at a corner store. I feel like it's kind of like we see the scene of him and everybody looking for him, screaming out for him, and then we cut to them, the two of them just hanging out in the summer. Like that's kind of how they cut to it, and they're just like having a conversation. And Yoshiki's like, "You're not saying something right. Like he's not saying it with the right accent or something, or putting the words together weird." And basically, they're having this conversation like they just kicking it, and then it just kind of gets to a point where he's just like, "Okay, you're not really Hikaru, are you?" And he's like, "No, I'm not." And then he started doing weird shit with his eyes, kind of like in that picture behind Twan over there. And like, yep, it's not really me. So we kind of start the show just basically revealing that his best friend is in fact dead, and this is an imposter. So that's kind of the
Yeah,
whole
I think
thing.
now that I'm thinking about it, I think we did detail that first
Yeah,
episode.
yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean it's pretty wild. He's in a situation where he cannot expose the identity because Hikaru in the most sincerest way told him that if he told his secret he would have to kill him. So he's now in this weird space of keeping his secret for fear of his own death, but also not wanting to let his would be lover go,
Yeah,
which is a horrific conundrum to be in.
yeah. So we kind of talked about episode 1 where you kind of see that, and then episode 2, um, which there's like this old lady who, and there's like the thing about Hikaru, the imposter Hikaru, is around town there seems to be things that clock him, like animals clock him. This old lady clocked him, like you off, and she quickly was dealt with by the end of the episode. So the end of the
Yeah,
first
there's
episode
it
is the
seems
old
to
lady
be
dying.
a good amount of people that have like this weird spiritual sense
Mm-hmm.
in this town, this
Yeah.
village or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, he got clocked very dramatically. And Hikaru said noted and went back to her house and apparently put her entire fist down her throat.
That is crazy.
Um,
I did not realize that that is what had happened.
yeah, I think that's how it was reported. That's how she was
Mm-hmm.
found. Like she tried to swallow her own fist or something like that.
That's
That's the
crazy.
description they used.
Like, why did he do it?
Um, because she was trying to disturb his peace. Leave that alien alone. He's
I
trying
feel
to
like he could have
experience
did
the
something else
world.
though. Why you gotta do that's crazy.
He said your mouth is big, so we about to fit something in it. About to give you something to chew on, bitch.
Yeah, that's a little dramatic. So yeah, he
Because she
killed.
really could have just warned Yoshiki to the side like a girl did at the convenience store, and that's all I'm saying.
I'm not. I'm worried about her too though.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So the
She the one that's giving us the most exposition outside of
right.
yellow hair man.
Yeah, I'm concerned.
Tanaka.
I'm concerned about her. I'm worried.
But I think she's just one of few that like the way she described it, she was like, there's this looming spirit that's just been settling over that mountain pass. And ever since Hikaru disappeared and came back, it's
It's
gone. And now
gone.
it's following Yoshiki. So obviously whatever that
Whatever that was.
entity is exactly what Hikaru is right now. And that's what
Yeah.
these people are picking up on.
Any idea of what it is based off how they like animate it or draw it? Like, have you had any like kind of thoughts about
Just
what it might
aliens.
be? You think it's just like an
I'm only
alien,
on aliens. The
like
answer to everything so far has been aliens.
like outer space?
Everything we've been watching that there's some mystery behind it, it has been aliens. Like think about it. Heavenly Delusion, aliens, Uzumaki was some weird form. Can't remember what that explanation was, but it definitely has some type of extraterrestrial.
That's what I
To
was
be
thinking.
hero,
Well, because I was thinking it
aliens.
could be a
Everything is
spirit
aliens.
though. What if it's a spirit?
I mean, yeah, but for right now, my guess is gonna be aliens because it just feels like the most
Because
logical, which is funny to say, but aliens, but it
this
feels like
show
the more logical thing.
is giving Mushishi, which is another show. The way they draw the whatever is Hikaru got going on, kind of reminds me
Hmm.
of how the spirits in Mushishi kind of look. So I
Mm.
don't know if that's like a. I don't know if hey yeah, I don't know if Mushishi was based off any like Asian lore, like Japanese lore about monsters. I always talk about watching anime not being from the culture. I'm sure we miss a lot of cultural context shit, but it just kind of reminds me of how the aliens would look, the she would look, or whatever those things were called. So I'm like, maybe it is a spirit thing, but
It could be. I
still
could see it
not.
being that, but right now, I think I just feel like I've
It feel like
ignored
an
the
alien
aliens
life form.
motif. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, until I
it
get more
does.
information, that's just like what it feels like.
It
It
very
feels
much
like it's
so
a
gives that.
sentient being. It's like it's discovering all these things about Earth for the first time. It just sounds like an alien. I feel like at least spirits will have some context since they've been probably traveling our plane. Um,
Cause it just always
and
says
he's just
something
going
of,
off of his stored memories.
and it says something about nothing. There's like nothing. It can't really remember much. So I don't know. Like I'm just
And the
very
fact that
confused
there's
about it.
more than we've now seen at least two versions of this being that would panel in the house and then Hikaru himself.
Oh
So
yeah,
it
I
just
forgot
feels
about
like
that
this
weird
is a
ass eyeballs in the wood.
yeah, so it just feels like a species of some sort versus a spirit.
Yeah.
I feel like right now I'm going with alien.
Yeah. It's giving so much Mushishi. Even Hikaru remind me of Mushishi. Like just how chill and laid back the show is. That's like one of my favorite chill animes too.
Oh,
So
he
it
needs
kind
a
of just
toothpick.
reminds me of that. But what is going on in episode 2? Because I think we start like I remember them being in the school and the friend was like, I've been walking home and it's just like weird as fuck when I walk home. I feel like that was like a big part
Yeah.
of the first part of the episode, which is scary. Like he's like, there's something
I
looking,
mean,
and physically cannot turn my head.
yeah, this is probably the strongest argument for your spirits thing because that did seem like a spirit. Something
Mm-hmm.
like the circumstances around it felt very spirit-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Like you look at it, it's gonna want to follow you, take you over, etc. And then but I think it started off with them, like you said, they were walking in the woods because he felt scared.
Mm-hmm.
And it was probably that exact thing that he saw in the woods, which was kind of odd because he was able to get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Yoshiki, that thing caught up to him in a flash. So that's a little odd.
His milkshake bring all the boys to the yard. Apparently, Shiki.
Hello? All the aliens slash spirits want a piece.
Yeah, and it also reminded me,
Don't let Giggle Mesh find out.
and that's why I'm like, I feel like I'm missing some cultural context just because that one alien or whatever that spirit was that latched on to him reminded me a little bit of Jujutsu Kaisen, like when that little girl was in the convenience store and that weird like lady spirit, whatever that was, kind of at the end of the
Hmm.
Shibuya arc.
Kind of like a fishing lure type thing.
It kind of reminded me of that. So it definitely feels like, and haven't watched like Natsume Book of Friends, like a lot of those spiritual anime. It's giving very much so those weird
Hmm.
ghost kind of things. But that was,
But
whew.
it did give us more context at least because he gave us the parameters. It was like if you look at it, it's gonna follow you until it kind of like what did he say? I can't
It
remember the
said he
verbiage. He
said something
said
like it latches on to you almost.
latches onto you, yeah. And he was like, I'm the only one that can latch onto you. So I feel like he just got lucky
Mm-hmm.
and found a very curious version of this spirit or this alien or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably still is going to have the same end goal, which is to do
What
something
is
with
the?
Yoshiki.
Yeah, I'm about to say what is. We don't even know what the end goals of these spirits latching on to him would even be.
I mean, it's probably to do the same thing he did to Hikaru, just in a more maybe finite way with a more live body. You know,
Mm,
Hikaru was on the edge of death when he
yeah,
found him, so there might be a difference
he
between
made a
taking over a
deal.
fully fleshed, yeah, human versus person on the edge of death who probably didn't have a lot of autonomy at the moment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Because the Hikaru probably is almost seems like, I mean, with most spiritual lore, you have to give it permission in some way. Like most of
Hmm.
the time, it can't just take
Invited
over you. Yeah,
in.
you have to invite it in. So, like, I would assume that Hikaru maybe would have done something, but I don't know. Like, I'm just
Hmm.
not sure because, like, if you got to look at it,
Yeah.
it don't have to be much. Like, apparently, just looking at it is permission. So, I mean, it got to be much. But obviously, Hikaru encountered the spirit on his hike. I don't know if it's why he fell or if it just ran up. I think he's saying it just ran up on him when he was already hurt.
A
Like
part of
from
me
what?
is like, girl, a part of me is like, just ride the wave. Like Hikaru has claimed you. Be the
Yeah,
doll. Be the trophy husband. He obviously protecting you. You saw he
but he
munched up
protecting you.
old blockhead lady.
But he bringing the shit down here.
Okay, but listen,
How you
right
protected
now,
he?
I have little to go on, and I've already seen how this man like to jump to conclusions.
Yeah,
So what you're not gonna get from me is doubt. You gonna
yeah.
get nothing but happiness. You gonna get
I'm
I'm
so happy
taking
you're
you to
here.
Dave and Buster's.
I'm so
I'm
happy.
taking you to Top Golf. We experiencing so much.
Yeah, cause I mean, you definitely don't want to get on
Arcade.
his bad side.
Hell no, I'm taking it to the Sphere. We get in center seat so we can see everything.
He needs to go out and experience the world. I don't know. I mean, the
Yeah.
one thing
I
I will
definitely will be
say,
getting him out of that village though. That would be honestly, that would be my number one goal
but
is
what's
getting
wrong
him
with
out of that environment if I can, and then seeing where
seeing
to go
how you
from
do?
there,
But
especially
what's
if I
wrong with
know that
Yashiki
there's more
though?
than one spirit.
But this is like reminding me of Uzumaki in that way. Like, why Yashiki always look like this? He
Because
don't look,
he is going through it, girl. He is mentally devastated. What do you mean?
but he always look hot though. It don't even be like he be looking like sick, like not
He probably
depressed,
sweating in his
sick.
sleep. He
Yeah.
probably not taking care of himself. He's probably extremely depressed. He's probably like mentally exhausted from probably trying to fake it when he wakes up. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Because there's still
Yeah.
moments where he's like smiling and stuff, where he's trying to push through. But
Mm-hmm.
at night when he lays down, it all comes crashing down. So I don't know. I think it's a really good depiction of his anguish. To be
Yeah. I
completely
mean, he looks
honest.
very. This does not look like a person who's comfy at
No,
all.
he is moving through life by a thread, and it is so sad.
Yeah. I'm just like
Especially with the
this baby
situation
is.
because he's forced to be, he's not doing well, but he's
He's
forced to
not.
be the emotional, equivalent to Hikaru to keep him happy. Like at least that's Hikaru's giving him a lot of wiggle room to be satisfied or not be satisfied. That's what
Yeah. Hikaru
he might want to
really
see his shit together.
Alien Hikaru really likes him, so he got that working for him. So I mean, it is for the best. It's not being like if it didn't have Yashiki, what would it be doing? Probably just marketing everybody in the village because it definitely feels like it's a very like I don't know why, but it just feels like a very I wouldn't say malicious in every way, but I don't know.
No, it seems like
It's
it's malicious. It has a goal,
mm-hmm.
and I feel like it's a very simplistic goal.
You think
It's
it's
just
simple?
to experience the world. And in order to protect that, because he has a very childlike
Yeah,
fascination with the world. So I think that also goes into his rationale. So if he feels threatened, he's going to handle the threat in whatever way he feels,
yeah, and
regardless of how sloppy or clumsy it is.
anything that tries to take Yashiki away as well is under threat.
That too.
We haven't seen
That
that
too. So
yet,
I feel like he's
but
just well, maybe just a little bit with the spirit, but like I feel like it's gonna be more of actually what I think could happen is that the roles get reversed. I think that Yoshiki's gonna get so attached to Hikaru and just continues to fall deeper into not wanting to let him go that this
mm-hmm.
Tanaka man with this hamster is going to like all signs are pointing back to Hikaru, and it's only episode 2
Right.
from what I've seen. I haven't seen episode 3, but up in episode 2, like it's getting more and more narrow to the like it's kind of obvious where the issue is. It's Hikaru.
Yeah.
Like people on the
And
street is
there's
noticing
people
it.
who
So
like picking up on his vibes for whatever reason. And then we also
exactly.
have
So
the whatever entity hired this guy who is on his trail. So it's like you
well,
can
that's the other
tell,
part of it.
yeah, you can tell that this ain't gonna last long. Even if Yoshiki's cool with keeping his secret and they just like, we gonna have a good ass summer, like you were saying, like we know that that's not gonna happen.
Right. And that's the other part of it because we got a lot more. Is Hikaru's dad has this weird ritual or whatever that he goes to the woods for. And he was talking to Hikaru about I can't remember exactly what the conversation was about, but they showed a
It's
flashback
like
of
they
him
have to
talking
go to the
to
mountains.
yeah, it was talking about the mountains. But
Yeah.
in that the people that are working with Tanaka are close to his dad. So when they found that pouch or that fanny pack,
With the
there was like,
little
oh, Hikaru took that to the woods.
mm-hmm.
So the guy with the yellow hair who is hunting these things now has all of the information he needs to just be introduced to Hikaru. And I feel like once they get anywhere near the vicinity of each other,
He
that's
gonna
when shit's gonna go
yeah,
down.
because he gonna clock it immediately.
Yeah, he's gonna
And
clock it, and then that's where it's gonna come in where Yoshiki now has to protect Hikaru. That's where I feel like this is going.
it just reminded me, I just watched that Don to Don episode, which we'll get to, but it's so much of like overlap between a lot of the shows with the spiritual element and spirits latching on to people. That's like Don to Don whole thing. But it just
Hmm.
kind of made me think of that. But I'm very curious to know because I think his dad said something about they're not allowed to touch us or something like that. Like in that flashback, I
Yeah,
feel like he
his
said something like
specific
that.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that's due to the totem that he found, the shrunken head.
Do you think it's just the totem, or you think it's like a agreement that like they have to go to the mountain to do something every year to like keep it up, or
Probably a combination. Probably a combination, but I think it definitely the totem is a key part of that. Like
mm,
I feel like the reason he had it in his fanny pack or had it on him is because that's probably what their family uses to ward off in some combination of ways, whether it's an agreement or not. But when they found him, the fanny pack wasn't on the Karu, so it allowed him, in my head, to get attacked. If he
or it
had
didn't
that on him
even,
still,
yeah, or it didn't stop it at all, which means Hikaru willingly did something.
well, I mean, because and they haven't established in this that you have to invite something in. It can
Yeah,
just come
because
over
I feel
and
like that
snatch you up if
totem
you
would
look at it.
definitely ward off any of that. Like I looked at you, you
Yeah,
can like I feel like the totem works against that. So I'm like, but even if he had it on, okay, let's just say something happened
but
and the
there has
spirit
to be
took
some
over.
type of like notice the fact that it wasn't anywhere on
It
him
wasn't.
when we
Well,
first
yeah,
saw it.
because that's what I was thinking. Like, did it come off? And I guess I can go back, but I'm like, did it come off before Spirit took over, or did Spirit take over, Alien take over, took that shit off immediately, and
Well,
that's
we
why it
don't
was
know
still
because
there?
it shows
Yeah,
him. Yeah, it just shows the first time we see this item, it's detached from his body.
yes, it was in the fanny
So,
pack, so we don't know.
right.
Yeah, which order that it happened in. So that's what I would be curious to know. Like, why was it left? Was it just the Spirit took over, took it off, and left it, or did it come off, and that's why he was able to be hurt or whatever? I would be curious to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards it in his race to either get away from these people,
Mm-hmm.
or if he saw something that freaked him out or whatever, and it got off of him within that, the hustle and bustle of it all. Because for me, it would make sense. It would make sense for the spirit to be able to just take it off because it wouldn't have no importance. Like, and
Yeah,
that's usually
if it
not
already
how
took
they
over
usually
his
ward
body.
off things. Yeah,
Yeah,
it would have to be done first,
or
and
it's a
then it
different
allow
life
the window.
form completely from those spirits. Like even though they share
Or
something,
that
like this is a completely different life form. Because the way he handled that weird spirit that was in the woods seemed like he's a superior life form almost. I don't know, or maybe he's just
yeah,
more
stronger, but
superior.
he knew so much about it, so it feels like they
Yeah,
have to be at least of the same,
yeah,
entity,
yeah.
species.
Same.
But yeah, it's good. I can't wait to watch the rest of it. What happened in episode 3? Because pretty much. Oh wait, no. What am
Yeah,
I
let's set
doing?
up.
We forgot the part where he was fingering
Uh,
his stomach. And I'm now fully convinced this is absolutely supposed to be their version of a love scene. Just the way he was hunched over and blushing and grabbing his shoulder and squeezing his shirt. They were alien fucking right there.
That's what I was thinking. Because first of all, I was so mad because my husband walked in. I had been watching this and he walked in on that moment. And I was like, I don't even know what's happening. I can't even tell you what's happening on my screen. The flash of the chicken, the little chicken flash. Did you do you remember that?
Chicken flash.
When he put
No.
his hand in, so first he like opens, he's like, do you want to see how? Because I guess when the spirit looked at him, he like absorbed it somehow. We didn't see what exactly he did to the spirit, but he kind of was telling Yoshiki later, like, yeah, I just absorbed it. And like, that's how I just like took it in. And then he was like, do you want
Yeah.
to see how I did it? And they're like in this little, they're in a like, I don't know, closet
I
storage
mean, the scene's
room.
playing now. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they're
in
like in
some
a
kind of a
storage
storage
room.
room.
Yeah, and then he like opens his shirt and it's just like a slit like in his like stomach kind of like
His stomach coochie.
stomach coochie. And
Then it like rips all the way
it's
up
like
to
an
his
open
chin, which I
curtain.
wasn't expect.
It looked kind of like an open curtain, really. Like it wasn't gross. It was just like a
Yeah.
slit and it was like black inside,
Like a
almost like a
fissure.
yeah, like a fissure. Good. That was a good word. Yeah. And so he's like,
I
yeah.
don't see no chicken popping up, girl.
Cause I think he said something about no, cause he like as he's touching, he's like, it's like cold, it's like chicken.
Oh, the feeling.
Yeah, the
I thought I'm
feeling.
thinking I'm waiting to see like a pop up of like clip art chicken. You meant like the actual like they took
No.
that photo of like marinated
Yeah,
chicken,
they literally
like
put
raw
up like a
chicken.
raw a picture of raw
Yeah,
chicken.
they did it like twice.
It was so weird.
But I think it did good to cement the feeling. Because I mean, I think I got it just from the explanation, the words alone.
Yeah.
But I feel like some people that are more visual that helped cement the experience because
Yeah.
I couldn't get that
From
texture. You know,
the
I've been food for a decade. So like working with raw chicken every day with your bare hands and gloved
you're
hands,
like,
I
you
know
know
exactly
exactly. That's kind of the face I
that feeling.
made.
Yeah.
I hate the feeling of like
Because
raw
it's just like
chicken.
it's not bad when I'm dealing with chicken because I know what it is. But reaching into something and feeling the sensation of raw marinated chicken without knowing it's raw marinated chicken
Yeah,
is
that's like
unsettling.
gross. And then even
Yeah,
from the
I
way
mean,
the
if anything, it's like he's reaching into a human, just feeling all in the intestines and stuff.
yeah.
Kinda.
And but I
Except for
thought
that
it was
one thing
helpful
warm.
because the way the animation looks like when he reaches inside, like when you see the whatever is inside it, there's no texture you would associate with that. So I thought it was good that they gave us that because I thought it would feel like nothing. I'm like, are you touching anything? Like I just
It's just like
thought
a bunch of
squid.
red bus. That's in my head. If they wouldn't have gave us that description, it would have seemed like he was putting his hand in a bunch of boba.
Ugh. Like tapioca balls.
Bunch of Yeah,
Just
because that was kind of like the visual. It was kind
yeah,
of like a petri dish, looking at
yeah.
a petri dish of like red blood cells or something.
Yeah, but okay, so he's like feeling and he's like sticks his hand directly in the middle of his body. He like goes up and then like the slit like rides up like as his hand goes up. So it
Through his
starts to
chin
go
too.
through his neck and it goes to like about right here, I think on his face.
Yeah,
And he like reaches up and he's just like, oh, that feels so good. And I'm like, okay, this just got weird.
yeah. He spiritually nutted all over him. It was
Yeah,
definitely
it was definitely I said,
and
I
then he
plead the
started to
blood
get
of
sucked in
Jesus.
himself. It looked like Hikaru was playing the trick because he's kind of started to suck him in and then he let him go.
I think it just felt
Which
good,
don't play
right?
with me like that.
But I feel
No,
like he
he
just
he literally was sucking him in.
yeah, but I thought because it was like it feels so good, I thought maybe he just lost control and just started to suck him in because he just wanted more.
No, his face was like, "Oh, bitch, what's going
No, I
on?"
mean
And then
Yoshiki
it
got
stopped.
scared, but I feel like Hikaru might have lost control because it felt so good.
Oh yeah,
And like
Hikaru was
he just like
definitely.
definitely
Oh, okay,
like
I get
I'm
what
finna
you're
pull
saying.
you in. I want you inside of me, literally.
Yeah,
So
if I can't
it's
have your
so
skin.
sus like I want you inside of me. I feel like Hikaru wanted him inside of him basically. So he just started
And
like
then the
absorbing him.
unsettling laughing at the end after he slapped his hand. That
Cause he
shit
like
was.
that shit.
This is a very creepy show because he like did it and patted his head and hurry up and button. What are you, a caveman? And then he like laughs, but it's like I have to laugh
Mm-hmm.
right now. Anyway, and then they go to
I'm
that
just gonna pull this screen.
clerk.
Let me pull this little screenshot up of this man face right now. Hold on.
I just want Yoshiki to take a nap for a week and just
He said
process his
take a nap.
feelings.
There we
Jesus
go.
Christ.
What you will see on your screen right now is Hikaru's face as he has, and where his hand is, which I watch a lot of smut. This could be anything, but his hand is inside his body, and he's basically like reaching up to his chin, and Hikaru makes this face, and then proceeds
Inside
to
his belly button.
almost absorb him into his body. So there you go. Now you have a visual.
Reaching into his
That shit look like it feel good though. I was like, hold on.
Stay out my stomach.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Unless that's your endpoint.
He said that that's your endpoint. He said he liked to feel him in his stomach. They being
Absolutely.
nasty.
I'm telling you, the innuendo was wild.
The innuendo was wild, but that's what I came to the show for the gay stuff. So you know what?
Yeah, 100%.
Hood Magic. Yeah, hey, Hood Magic on YouTube. Good to see you. He said he put his hand in there with no protection and did, and Hikaru liked it. I liked it too. It's low key kind of cute. I enjoyed it.
Because Yoshiki was a virgin to this, and Hikaru said, I didn't tell you to put on a condom, so why are you doing so?
He just basically stuck the tip in. Cause he didn't stuck him all the way in.
No, he had his.
Well, he was trying to pull him all the way in, though. He all the way in would be his whole body.
That grip is
he
serious.
got that grip.
That shit said.
He got that grip. I'm just saying.
Yep.
So.
Let's get some more morals about ourselves.
I have none. This what I came to the show for the gay stuff.
Right.
Then
I think that was pretty much it with that scene though, and then you met the lady in the convenience store.
Right, because it was just kind of showing like this lady talking obnoxiously loud to him at the grocery store,
doing way too much.
She was doing the most.
He must be going through something, because I would have been told her, ma'am, I can't answer your 30 questions. You're gonna have to slow down.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, just don't talk to me. Let's listen to the beeps of this scanner.
Right. Put the fries in the bag. But that's where he met the lady who seemed like she's the next one who can peep what's going on with Hikaru. I don't know her name, but
well, technically, one of the guys in the group, their father.
Yeah, that was an old
man.
He's
the one that like senses that he's next, and then we meet her.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of people that could be on Hikaru's list outside of big head girl. What's her name? Asako.
Who's Asako?
She was the one. She was the one that was at the entrance after they left the forest and was like,
"Oh yeah,
what's that?
Oh yeah.
I thought blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "Girl,
the girl in
business.
The friend group.
You staring too long. You too inquisitive.
She gonna get got.
Hikaru's eyes is glowing.
I be so nervous when his eyes start glowing. I be like, he gonna fuck them.
They are doing a really good job at the level of This feels like a thriller. Mm-hmm. If I had to put any type of genre on it, it would be a thriller. If I had to. I don't know what all this body double snatching genre is, but this feels like a really good, well done thriller.
Yeah. It's keeping me, I'm curious, and I'm also scared. And sometimes I have to rebuke them because I don't know what they be having going on. Okay. I'm like, what am I watching?
Waiting for another anime to really scare me.
Yeah, I don't know if this is scary.
Yeah, this is unsettling. I like that word a lot more. There's a lot of anime that makes me unsettled. Just have me off kilter a little bit.
I'm trying to see what the end of this episode. There was nothing really else.
That's pretty much that was about the end. He meets her. She explains the situation. Mm-hmm. Gives him that warning, and I guess that leaves him kind of reeling a little bit.
Yeah,
because he knows there's some truth to it.
And even in episode 3, a lot of it is very slow in the beginning. It's just like them laying around. It sounds hot, it's still summer, and they just kind of laying around. Like literally a big part of the episode was just Hikaru at his house chilling, napping, as time passes over the summer. And then eventually like he's like, I should go talk to the lady. So this episode basically is him following up with that lady who he met at the end of the last episode. And she kind of, they meet up, they have a conversation, and she's kind of like, this ain't good. Like, y'all gonna merge. Like, you need to leave him alone. Like, she's not sure how it's gonna turn out, but she was like, it can't be good. Like, he's getting
he talks to her again. He calls her because she gives him the number.
Yeah. So she kind of giving the tea about that, and she's just like, I don't know what's gonna really happen, but weird stuff is going on. It's because of him. Like, more and more stuff gonna be happening. The more y'all link, like, it's that kind of stuff. So
Y'all keep linking up. Be careful.
yeah, I can see it. I
You,
see it all over you.
I actually just saw that the very end of episode 2 is a really strong metaphorical imagery that they show on
Mhm.
the screen for a little too long, and it's that bug that's kind of like breaking out of its shell or its
Oh,
previous
really?
husk, and it's like very raw. You know how like
Mhm.
when a crab or something molts, that's what it is,
Yeah.
molts. Its skin is real bright white or bright red. You know, it's real all one color compared to the shell how it was. This looks like that, except for the new bug coming out of it is like really bright green, but it immediately is getting like swarmed and attacked by ants.
Mm.
And then there's another
Cause ants were in the
beat.
first episode too. We keep seeing ants.
Oh yeah, they were. And then there
Yeah.
was another beat where the husk is split open again, and this time it's that same red substance that we saw on the screen when he was reaching in.
Mm.
So I feel like this is kind of like giving some foreshadowing or some tale of what's
That
going
it's
on.
basically trying to survive until it changes to whatever it needs to change. Is that how you
Yeah,
interpret
like
that?
there's some kind of, well, kind of, there's some kind of a metamorphosis that has to happen. There's
Mm.
something that he's waiting for, or this entity wants to take something over. Maybe this isn't what Yoshiki's doing. Hikaru is probably going against the grain of whatever this is,
Mm.
but this is probably what was going to happen to the swinging head lady if she took him over. Like it was gonna,
I can still
um,
see it being what's going on with Hikaru because I just can't believe, like, from what I'm seeing, I was like, okay, you're this scary entity, bad news in the mountain. You get a body and you just chill. You don't want nothing. Like, it definitely
I don't
reminds
think he's
you,
fully,
but it kind
I
of
don't think he's
reminds
fully
you,
going off script, but I feel like he's
no,
just like taking a little vacation from his actual
but
goal.
I think
Like
that's
he's gonna
part
get
of the
back onto it.
metamorphosis. Like, I think for a lot of like very dangerous creatures, when they're weak, before they
Hmm.
change, before they get their hard shell, before they get able to defend themselves, they're very like they latch on to something and they seem harmless. So I don't think he like
In
secretly,
that between stage.
yeah, I don't think, like, for me, I feel like Hikaru wouldn't be aware of it. Like, I don't think it would be a conscious thing. Like, I have to survive, I have to survive. But if he's really
Hmm.
like a baby form almost of whatever it is, then he wouldn't be aware that he's gonna change and then become
But
something
there's
else.
something to that. There's something to the ants eating him. So I'm thinking the
Yeah,
ants could be
you think?
Tanaka or whoever
Mm,
these people are,
I think
like coming to
so.
devour him while he's in his fragile state.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
Because it would be easy to think
And
the
that,
ants are the
yeah.
spirits, but it's like the other people who are like attacking him.
Yeah. Because I mean, I can't see what else
Who
that
else would be
could
the other ants?
symbolize as of right now
Yeah, because who else would have the numbers? Because there's only one of him, so I don't think he would be the ants.
that we know of anyway.
Yeah, but he don't seem to
For
even really
either.
fuck with the other spirits like that.
Yeah, but that's for either too, because we don't know if Tanaka is working alone or with some type of syndicate,
A
some
group,
type of organization, right?
because somebody calling him. Obviously, the people he was talking to calling him, but it was a couple of them in there.
Yeah, they incorporated him.
Yeah, so
So
I don't
yeah,
know.
I mean it's definitely enough that I don't need 3 episodes to know I'm going to be on this ride.
Oh yeah, I just want you to. The last part of episode 3 is crazy.
Okay, I'm about to get onto it. I'm hoping I didn't see. It's like one of those things you see in passing, but because you think it's a spoiler, your brain don't fully process it. Like I think I saw something with maybe Hikaru floating in like a dark room, and like half his face is doing that floating thing
Yeah,
again.
you
But
know it's always like weird imagery that comes along with whatever is inside Hikaru anyway. So you're like, I don't even know what
mm,
I'm looking at, but they kind of have a little fight, and you kind of see, you know, there's
oh, okay.
obviously as you go over through the episodes, you see it escalate. You know what I mean? You see an
Hmm.
escalation in Hikaru even with like
Yeah,
as he gets,
he's not giving him what he wants.
yeah, but even as he gets more comfortable, it's just like it slips. The mask slips more, or like when it does, it's
Mm.
stronger every time.
Yeah, because even in episode 1, he was all like covering up the fact that he's experiencing this stuff for the first time. But then in episode 2, they're talking about some movie and he slips up and excited. And there was like, and he knows this because he has Hikaru's memories.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, he was always so scared of movies and stuff. He's like, oh, well, not anymore.
Right.
I don't got any logic behind it. It's not like something just came over and took over my body. But yeah,
Right.
no, I don't really care. I want to see it. I'm actually excited.
He's not
So I
even
think
trying to hide
he
it.
is getting a little bit more, yeah,
And he seems to be getting stronger
a little
too.
sloppy.
Sloppy
Okay,
and maybe
I'm
stronger.
excited.
So I don't know.
I'm gonna watch it when we get off of this.
I'm scared for your boy, Yoshiki. That's all I'm gonna say. I
Oh
think
yeah, I was terrified for him from the intro.
I think
Yeah,
whatever
the
happens
moment
to
that
him,
man
he gonna
said,
enjoy it
"Oh
though.
no, I don't want to have to kill you." From that moment, that's why I was terrified for that boy.
But I
Regardless
think
of
whatever
whatever emotional
Hikaru
things he got to
does,
work through.
but whatever Hikaru does to him though, I think he gonna enjoy the ride, and for that, I support it.
I don't know if he gonna enjoy the ride, girl. He don't look like he's doing much enjoying right now. He look like he's doing a lot of coping.
I think because
That's what it looks like
the
to me.
Hikaru, the spirit in Hikaru is fond of him, and Hikaru's memories are also fond of him. I think even if it ends up ultimately making him like he gonna ultimately, I think, get spirited away. Like it would just be like you get absorbed and you gone. Like I don't think he would be murdered in some brutal way by Hikaru. So I do feel like whatever ends up happening to him is it's gonna be enjoyable.
The car was like, "Meet your new roommate, swinging head clock, bitch."
Right. Y'all are all inside of me. And yeah, have fun. But I think he'll enjoy the ride. I don't know. I love that for
I
him.
don't know. I'm gonna have to see a couple more episodes before I can say enjoy the
Well,
ride.
one thing that made me appreciate the struggle of Yoshiki is I read this manga called My Brother's Husband, and it's so good.
Oh,
It was like a thick.
okay.
It's like this thick, and it's just like a manga. It's the one and
Oh,
done
damn,
story.
just one.
Yeah,
Heard.
but it's so beautiful. I
You
think
know what? I want more of those. Not like I
that's
read
what I
anything.
need.
I never read a manga that long, that thick in
Here, let
from
me.
just one volume.
I'm gonna go pick it up.
I would like to absorb my manga like that,
Yes, it was great.
like a
I'm
Harry
gonna
Potter book.
show it to you. 1 second.
Yeah, go get that. I'm curious because I do love a good thick book, but I feel like nowadays my attention span has gotten shorter, and that's nobody's fault but my own
Okay,
because of the
can you hear me?
entertainment that I
Ooh,
intake.
this is the
Yeah, I
manga.
can hear you. Oh yeah, see that's. Oh, was that at one of your That looks like that was at one of your events.
No, this was at library, the local library.
Oh, was it a library?
Yep.
It looked like you for some reason it's just like you could tell one of them title illustrations like it
Uh
looked like
huh.
it came from one of them booths.
Yeah, it
Not that
do.
it's bad or anything, it just has
Cause
that air to it.
so his brother, he has a twin who died, and he lived in Canada, and so his brother had a husband, and so his husband comes to visit them in Japan after his brother died, and it's
Open
just
up to
like a
just a
cute.
random. I just want to take a look at the panel and the art. Open up just a random page.
It's just,
Oh, okay.
but it's like he has a little girl, and basically the whole point of it is like it's pointing about like the stigma of being gay in Japan, like how it's not legal to marry, and like a lot of the homophobia that they have baked into their culture. And it was just
Hmm.
really cool to see the dad explore his own thoughts about like, why am I uncomfortable with this? Why am I doing this? Like, why?
Oh
It was
wow.
a really good story. And just the on the back they talk about why they wrote the story, and it's just about they want to show adults who grew up in that time like how to support their children being more open. And it's just a really like touching, heartwarming story. I read it in like
Is
one day.
the brown haired character American?
He's Canadian.
Canadian, I'm about to say he
No, yeah,
don't
he's
look
Canadian.
from
He's a
overseas.
white man. He a white
Oh,
man.
okay, that's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, it was really good.
Well
I did not
heard.
expect it to touch me the way it did. It was a really good read. It was so cute. Wholesome.
Well, that's
Anyway, it made me cry.
we love a wholesome king.
Yeah, it was really good.
Um,
So let's move
yeah.
on.
So that was K-pop Demon Hunters and the Summer Hikaru died. What we got Don to Don next?
Done to done. Cause this came out as a movie, right? I'm assuming.
What Don to Don?
Yeah.
No.
Now they did premiere a movie in theaters.
Oh,
And
I
I
have
feel
no
like it
idea.
was these first
Probably.
3 episodes. Based off how they played, I was like, oh yeah, this was definitely the movie. Because some people
I
were
was not
complaining.
keeping up.
Yeah, some people were complaining like they tired of anime releasing movies, and it's just like the first 3 episodes, and then they premiere, and it's just the first 3 episodes again.
Me, somebody's
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I hate that
So
shit.
yeah, so they
Wasting
were
my
kind of
time.
talking about that. So I think Dun 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 ahead of this second season premiere had a movie premiere, and it was the first couple episodes. I don't know how many episodes it was,
Hate
but
it. Damn you, Demon Slayer. I
yeah,
it's Demon Slayer was the first to do this, right?
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was
yeah,
them.
hmm
I hate it. I hate them for that.
yeah. I don't like that. Cause now I'm like
But I mean, it
annoyed.
was a
Cause I'm
good
like,
first three
why?
episodes, regardless.
I guess like I could see this being a little movie. I could see this being a movie, especially the way the first 3 episodes played out. Like you could see this
Yeah, it
being
was a
just
good
like a
three
whole.
episodes.
Yeah, you could see this being like a whole thing. But Don Don has done it. Like I feel like the first season was like that. You had a couple like storyline blocks, and then you
Hmm.
resolve it, and then you move on to the next. But
Yeah.
yeah. What do you think about this? Because we pretty much wrapped it up after this week with
Yeah,
the snake,
yeah.
right?
I
The worm.
enjoyed the little storyline. It's Don to Don, you know. It's
That's
crazy.
that's the loaded
So it's got some
statement.
good action. It got some great
No,
action.
what that means,
I don't mean
one.
when I say that. No, I'm not saying that in any type of negative way. I don't have any crazy negative critiques of the show.
It
I
is a
thought
little
it
crazy,
was yeah, it's wild, but that's what I meant by it's Don to Don. It's a wild show. You expect off the wall crazy shit left and right, which they delivered
crazy.
on. I like the transformation of what's the friend's name? Gigi. Yeah, I think it's
Yes,
Gigi.
yes.
I like his transformation. And I also like that it wasn't kind of exactly like the pink hair girl.
Mhm,
Like how it was like take over the body and immediate ally. Like no,
mhm.
it's take over the body and also I
He
want to
trying to
destroy
rock
all
that shit,
humans.
right?
Right, right. Which is definitely interesting. I'm excited to see how they tame it if it gets tamed. Also I'm wondering how far this is gonna go. Like how many different people are gonna get taken over by spirits to add to their like military force. You know what I
And
mean?
also,
Like
like, was this a theme before now? Because now it just seems to be happening. So I'm like, is this just like, are they gonna run up on some other people who have done this? Because is this part of their world where like spirits just be like be merging with people and fight? Like, or is this just like a new thing with these kids?
possibly. Possibly. I could see maybe Okaroon and Momo gaining their powers and just keep getting put into situations where they're able to, I guess, help funnel that situation. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So I don't know, maybe, possibly. There probably is
Cause
somebody out
now
there we
they
meet
dang, we
eventually
went
that's
three for
like,
three,
yeah,
3 for 3.
uh Okaroon, pink hair girl, and you and Gigi. I
Yeah,
like Gigi's the most, I think. Not just because he was, built and naked the entire episode, but I like his
Gigi was
character just
already
with
shirtless
the
before,
earrings.
right?
Yeah, yeah, and sculpted. They told him he was the perfect vessel for a reason.
Yeah.
Um,
What did you think of the
yeah,
powers once it kind of merged with Gigi with the kind of like taking the souls and making like a soccer ball with it in essence?
I ain't gonna lie to you, I thought that was kind of lame, just because that whole archetype of fight style does nothing for me. Famously in the lore of Antoine, I hated what's his name, Waco or Mako from Final Fantasy, and that was
Mhm.
his type of
Mhm.
ability. He would fight with a soccer ball. In Demon Slayer, I thought that one demon that fought with those balls was incredibly boring, and this didn't change. I mean, it looked more epic the way he did it, I guess, but I just get
That's
so bored of
hilarious
that
to
whole
see that
soccer mentality.
this is a very specific archetype to hate.
It is,
I'm
but
calculating.
I have evidence. It's a true feeling. It bores me. It's like it doesn't seem exciting to me just kicking something around.
Yeah. I do like how they
Yeah, and plus
animated him
because
just kind of dribbling the ball though. That was kind of cool. It was
yeah,
well
for
animated.
me For me, you're gonna have to go the extra mile for me to really appreciate an ability like that. I need to see legit trajectory. I need to see you kicking a ball over is missing the person, and I need to see it bounce off from this, and then the angle lands it to you for me to be like mystified by
Mm-hmm.
what's going on screen. I just see you kicking a ball in random directions and just so happen to get it back. Yeah, that's boring to me.
Yeah, I thought it
But I
was
did love
cute.
the cake shots. That
The
was about
cake
it.
shots. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
not
did
about it. It
enjoy.
was a great shape movie, but
Yeah,
that's
I did
whatever.
enjoy the transformation. I thought it was pretty cool. And yeah, I'm kind of the same. I'm not like really impressed with that style. It also reminded me a lot just the way they animate these strong ass kicks. Reminded me a lot of like
Mhm.
Baki or something. I fucking hate Baki.
Yeah, Bucky
Um,
and Blue Lock had a
yeah,
baby.
yeah. So I mean, oh yeah, he's very athletic. I get it. So they wanted to make sure you knew that. So I thought it was, it's whatever. But I did also enjoy the like, okay, he's transformed and he wants to beat y'all up. But now my hunch is that now that Okaroon has defeated him, he gonna chill out. Maybe. Like I'm just curious to
No,
see
I don't
how
think
this.
he's. I think they still got some more taming of that beast to do because
Hmm.
it looked like just the way he took over Gigi's body, which kind of gagged me because I thought I had it clocked with just the direction it was going. It did a good misdirection by making us think that it was going to be just a typical blonde like the pink hair girl.
Yeah,
She
like the
sympathizes,
sad
is very
story and
appreciative, but Evil Eye really said, "Oh, that was cute."
right.
But this is what I actually want to do. Like, I like that it flipped it on its head. So that was a good shake up because that literally just would have been a rinse and repeat from the last person. And I feel like I would have clocked that pretty quickly.
Yeah. The way they had that little moment where Gigi was sitting in the room with the little spirit or whatever, that was sad. They know they gonna
That
put a
was so
sad.
heartwarming. That was really sweet. But the fact that that was a game was insane to me. I was like, oh, wow, you got, and that's what I hate. I hate in animes where I get got along with the character.
Yeah,
I
I got
hate
got.
that.
I was
I,
with
I
him like
mean,
he's
it's
not gonna do
good.
anything, and I was like, ooh,
Yeah, I hate when I get got with the character because I pride myself on catching. Well, not pride, like I always catch everything, but I like guessing and having the option to be right. But
so that
and I think that's what it was. It was like I fell into the hand of the writer. That's what it was.
so that
When you
purple
fall
thing
hook,
that was
line, and
flying
sinker.
around was the spirit of that same white haired thing, demon
No,
spirit.
I think the actual evil eye is that um character.
Which one? The white
Like
haired.
that was the white haired. It's the being that is Gigi is
Mm-hmm.
the white hair being.
Yeah.
The souls is just
Cause
a
remember there was the
facet of
purple
his
one
ability
that
to
was like
collect them.
sitting on Gigi's shoulder and like leading, cause he was like, "You're down here," and then Gigi like ran down to go find the body. Cause remember that purple flying soul was chasing him, and they were like, "Don't look
Mhm.
into his eyes," which it was the evil eye. So I guess they were like one and the same. Like the purple
Yeah,
floating thing was the spirit
because
of the white. Okay.
actually, let me clarify that. So the white haired boy was the very first victim of that family when it comes to like keeping a child locked up and eventually buried in the house
Oh,
and then they
okay.
just repeat the cycle. So because he was the first, his spirit was there and interacting with every family that took ownership of like the house
The
that was built on top
house.
of the last one. So that's why he kept like all of a sudden just clicking into another family after they died because
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden they would bury the sacrifice and start again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
he would come up,
And
yeah.
he
So
would
it
be
would just
there
repeat
with
the cycle.
he would be there with the like when he was in that room with the boy and he was trying to free it and he couldn't. It was already
Yeah.
buried in the house at that point, right?
Right. So
Yeah.
what I'm thinking is what happened later was the very last boy that was the sacrifice. That was the physical manifestation of the spirit when we saw Evil Eye because it had the same bowl cut, remember?
Mm-hmm.
The kid had a bowl cut that was in
Yeah.
the chair versus the
Right.
spirit we met had a bowl cut. So I think he was the last physical entity, and maybe over the course of time, that innocent I just want to play spirit
Yeah,
became more
turn into
malicious
that
because
malicious.
he was like I want to kill that family, et cetera, et cetera. So
Right.
yeah, I feel like initially it was a kind spirit, but then became a malevolent spirit, like a very evil one.
Yeah, because he just was like, I'm gonna
So
kill
that's
that
what we're dealing
whole
with now.
he said I'm gonna kill that whole family, which low key I'm not
But
mad
killing the
about.
whole family eventually played the game of telephone and just turned into kill all humans. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it lost the plot over the
yeah.
time.
Over time, because it's like they all. I got it. That was heartbreaking though to see him trying to like get him out of the little thing. But they always make me feel bad for them. But I mean, I'll be interested to see if how they're gonna get that evil eye to chill out. Like you said, it may be a couple more fights, or they'll have to get Granny to like nerf it or some kind of amulet or something to keep it tamed. Is what I think probably would happen.
But giving you your flowers, I am seeing that whole luck thing. Well, now it's very heavy-handed, like they're
Uh
actually
huh.
using the word luck.
Mhm.
But you clocked it very early about the whole she's looking out for the young girls and the
Mhm.
luck being shared. Now she added extra context to that. She was like, the way my luck is dispersed, it could be to you, it could be to me, it could be to the enemy, which I
Just
thought was an
like
interesting. If now
yeah,
she could be just be being Granny, but I feel like a lot of time when Granny's giving this exposition on the characters, she's
yeah.
not
She not
lying because
lying.
everything she says has been true.
Yeah, I don't think she lied yet. She just kind of be like trying
Yeah,
to. Oh, but I don't know why she be acting like she ain't trying to save Momo. That's Grand Turbo Granny kid to
right.
me. Like I'm not gonna save you
Yeah,
and pull up every time to save her. So I don't
Turbo
know.
Granny is actually a very needed element to this show, and I feel like I might be alone or just not. That might not be a wide shared opinion, but I feel like Turbo Granny is a very needed element of this show for
Yeah.
me personally.
Well, she's like the wise being that knows what they're up against. Because otherwise,
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
mean,
times
I can
there would
see.
be no way they would. Well, I mean, in the fights, like she's always there at every engagement. So I'm just like, sometimes they really would have no other way of, or us, the viewers, would have no idea what's going on if Turbo Granny
Yeah,
wasn't there.
she's kind of the cheat code
Yeah.
because Hunter x Hunter does a good job of they're always experiencing new enemies and they have to get creative with their battle tactics because they're never stronger than the opponent, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
They always have to be use their battle tactics, which Hunter x Hunter did a phenomenal job of like battle strategy throughout the whole series.
They be
And I
getting
feel like
their ass whooped on,
having
yeah.
somebody like right, and I feel like having a character like Granny in this is a little bit of a cheat code because you get instant exposition
I
versus you
mean,
have
but they
to
be whooping up on
study
them
the fight.
kids.
They do. But that's they cheat code. Granny be like, oh wait, you can't do this because this spirit likes these type of eggs, and if you give it these type of eggs, it's gonna get worse. And then they don't give it that type of egg, and it's all fine. So
That is true.
Hunter
She
x
do
Hunter,
be
they
better.
gotta watch them eat, and they be like, okay, so they don't like this egg. Oh, that egg made them do this. Okay, so we need to do this. You know what I mean?
Like
Like
how it
it's
would
just
really
more of a
be
journey.
if you really was
Yeah.
encountering something. Yeah, she is a much needed thing. But yeah, I was just on TikTok trying to convince somebody to watch Don to Don because they also were kind of weirded out by the first couple episodes. Um,
As it would, as you should. I'll be
yeah.
weirded out if you weren't weirded out.
The whole alien with the banana organ taking them, they was just weird. Like that whole.
Interesting introduction.
But even with this, I mean, even with this little arc, the village people, why they look like that?
I don't know. I think just a character choice, maybe to make the family stand out.
Like why were they
Because that's the
gray?
first thing I did when they was gray in the swimming pool. When they
Yeah,
got back to the home and they was gray, I was like, "Oh shit, no, this the family." And I think it's just some weird
yeah.
choice.
Okay, because I thought they were spirits at first, but then like you said, the women was the same way. But they kind of looked like I don't know if this is this just the art style of Don Don, but they look like the alien people.
I think that's the art style of Don to Don. I think that might be the art style.
They were looking kind of the same.
They did
They
kind of
was
look
really
like the
looking
same,
like them
but they didn't
aliens.
look exactly. They looked more human-esque than the aliens did. The aliens looked like what an alien thought humans look like, and then tried to recreate it. That's what I feel like them
Mm.
aliens look like. These, at least, like the all the sons were like atomically, I feel like correct for a human, and the moms just look,
Because
thick and
Don to
comical.
Don be having these weird like threads to tie the show together, but when you watch Don to Don, it definitely feels like randomness. It definitely feels like we here, we there, we everywhere. But then if you like watch it and you pay attention, there are these like this string or these things that link the arcs or the little short stories together. So I'm like, am I missing something? Because they legit like them alien people. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
and
I
they
guess, but I feel like
sacrifice
that's
people,
more.
but they
That's
sacrifice
true.
boys.
I feel like that their pattern relies more in the theme though, because I can't really think of too much visually that was like cleverly strung together.
No.
in the show anyway.
That's why I had to go
Thematically,
back.
yes.
That's why I had to go back and look at the introduction of Gigi. Because even they started talking about, oh, he's a genius. She be calling him that because he a musclehead. But even
Mhm.
like the introduction of him and like how they even ended up, I think they had went to his house, but I don't even remember why they
Yeah,
went to his house.
they wanted to help him out because he felt um he felt that there was a presence there, so he wanted Momo and them to come back and check it out.
Yeah, so they had went to his house, and then she
Mhm.
went to the hot spring, and then that's when that family kind of just
Mhm.
like ran up on her.
Right, because he didn't tell them the situation, which is just so wild. Bitch, tell
Yeah,
me your living situation with
and then
these
the ladies ran up on
rough
him.
housing gang. That was so
Right,
weird. Like, you know the situation you in. These are not nice people. These are
but
fucking
he
psychotic
knew.
thugs. Yeah, he knew. He lives with them. They sitting in the living room smoking and talking about plans out loud. He knew. He know about
I
them.
thought he lived there
Not the
alone.
sacrifice thing. No, they brought him in as the next boy sacrifice.
Yeah, they
That's what they
did.
do. They invite them to live there and then
But he
eventually
didn't know that
sacrifice.
though.
No, he didn't know that,
Okay.
but he knew they were shady. They smoking cigarettes and talking about bullshit out loud in the living room, all five of
They
them
was
ladies
some
there. And then when
niggas.
the kids come home, and then when the dudes come home, they outwardly bragging about almost R wording a girl.
Yeah.
And he's standing right there. He's standing
That's
right
why I'm
there.
like, what's going on? I mean, Gigi ain't that dumb. But Gigi the one who pulled up to their house, right? First, he pulled up to
Yeah, but
Momo house.
I don't know if Don is looking too deeply into the
No, I
interactions
mean,
of that.
cause
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they're like sitting thinking about how broken up and the mental turmoil Gigi is going through by being around this family of ne'er do wells. I think
no,
it's just
I just don't remember how
he's
Gigi.
part of
I
it.
don't even remember how Gigi was introduced in
That he was
general.
what?
I said I don't even remember how Gigi was introduced.
Oh, I remember.
I remember
Yeah,
him coming over to Momo house and like she used to have a crush on him when they were
he
younger.
introduced as a long lost friend or an
Yeah,
old friend
and he
from back
just
then.
pulled up. Yeah, so I kind of remember it,
Yeah,
but
but he pulled up because he didn't. I think the excuse was his he was just visiting or something like that. But then they found
mhm,
out that his parents was gone or something like that, and
mhm.
that there was an issue.
Cause
But yeah,
even
it was
like
mainly just to push forward. I think the romance element of Momo and
and
Miss
done, they be whooping my ass. Cause
Isa.
I really don't be knowing how we get from one part to another. Like how we got from we did the whole Turbo Granny thing in the tunnel with the aliens. Then we went to the ballerina. Then
It
we go
does
to
connect.
her.
I feel like maybe you just might be a
That's
little
what I'm
like
saying.
glazed
Like
over
I
you
don't.
watching.
That's what I'm saying.
It
Like
do
that's why I
connect.
gotta go back because I be like, that's what I mean. Like I need to go back and see how this connect because it's very easy to watch Dun 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 and then like each
Yeah.
little 3 episode batch, you be done forgot how we even got here because it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Cause I'm
Mhm.
like, bitch, how we even get here? Cause then I don't even remember.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like, and then it's like the extremes of it. Like they are at one point fighting underwater in a building,
at the
fighting a Loch Ness
school,
monster,
wasn't they at the
shooting
school?
lasers with aliens. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like so fantastical. It's so much going on. There's no way you can remember. Well, there is a way because I do, but it's easy to get lost in all the details of what just happened like last week. Like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, underwater school fight, Loch Ness monsters and lasers. And then the next week is underground house pyramid, giant worm, suicide. And then it's
cause you just be like, how?
what?
Where are we? Like, cause even with the whole house thing, they doing all this under the house. And I'm just like watching this and this whatever, and the family knows, that Ashy family know about it. But then when the
Yeah.
fire department come, they have no idea, like they don't know about it. So it's always just like it
Yeah,
knocks you back. It
but girl,
knocks you.
even the logistics of the story itself, that's why I'm like, some shows you just gotta know going
Yeah,
into it, not to look too hard at it, versus
yeah.
other shows like Lord of Mysteries or some Hikaru Die, where you want to pay attention to all the little
No, I just need to at least. I need
prank.
to with Don to Don. All I need to do is I have to remember how we got to where we are, and I literally
Girl.
forgot they was underneath this man's house until
Let
the
me
fire department
they
came. It's like,
this makes sense. That the story is that each time they sacrifice, they buried the house and built the house on top of it. I don't care how many years you did that. You are
That's
never going to
crazy.
have a catacomb cave like structure that's wide enough to house a pyramid of houses that have been built on. It does
That's
not
what
make
it's
sense.
like.
Everything, there should be an entire town around these houses. There's only a
What
tower of
kind of
houses.
building
That
tools do
logistically
these
makes no
people
sense.
have? What kind of excavation tools? And that's what I'm saying. Like once you get into it, you just gotta go for the ride. But that's why I just be like,
Yeah,
okay, at least for my little plot
suspend
points
belief.
of the story arc that we going through, I just need to remember how we got here. And he came to the house. He said it was weird. They were like, you got a room in here that we don't see on the schematics. And then we went into this whole thing, right? I feel like that's pretty
Pretty much.
much how we got here. Okay. Cause I be forgetting. Cause like you literally watch the episode, you forget where you at. Like I literally forgot we was underneath that same house that we saw at the end of last season until the fire department pulled up.
Yeah, it was a little nonsense. Because even with the fire department, the house still didn't cave in on itself, even though the bottom is completely hollowed out. We saw that there was just a hole
The
at the
ground
top.
was this thin.
Like all of that should have caved in, but we gonna ignore all of that. We
Yeah,
gonna
we
we gonna
ignore
leave
that
that alone,
stuff. Yeah, I just gotta
and
make
we
sure.
are excited to see the next episode.
We gonna get a little breather. This next episode surely will be like a little breather episode. Usually before they get into another, I guess the next transition episode to the next foolishness. But it's definitely a
Right,
fun ride. I enjoy it when I'm watching it. It's easy to get immersed into it. So it gives you whiplash for sure. That's one thing I'll say
that's
about
definitely
Don
true.
Gun. Yeah, it does give you that whiplash. And last but not least, I mean, well, I won't have much to say about it because unfortunately this is one that just didn't grab me. Lord of
Hmm.
Mysteries. Now you gonna have
Oh
to.
wow,
This is
just
gonna
said it didn't
be.
grab you.
Well, I didn't. I don't know if I gave it a fair chance. So maybe
It's
you'll convince me
definitely.
to
I
watch
feel
it.
like. I mean, I don't really got a lot of convincing in me right now because I still need to finish watching. I only seen the first two episodes.
Yeah, I didn't even make it through
Um.
the first one.
Oh well, yeah, I definitely finished the first one, and I was
Yeah.
intrigued from the first one.
Okay.
I thought the cinematography was amazing. I thought just the visuals alone stand out amongst anything that's out right now. It kind of it's hard to really compare it to anything. I feel like
No, it had its
at
own
the moment,
vibe for sure. Even
yeah,
the way it was
it had its
drawn, I
own
wasn't
tone.
expecting it.
Yeah, the actual art style of it alone is it stands out. I feel like everything is definitely painstakingly done. Like this had to have been in the works for quite a while.
Yeah.
The premise of it seems a little confusing for me right now, but I feel like I got it. Essentially, it starts off with this ritual of some sort
Mm-hmm.
done by these three classmates, and in this, it created some type of an effect. I think what did he call it? Trans something. Transmigrate.
They kind of did it at the same time, right?
Transmigration. But it's basically a isekai. He
Yeah,
got
that's what I picked up.
isekai
I'm like, damn, this is
from real
Isekai.
life.
Right.
Yeah, he got isekai from real life and drugged to this world, but he kind of has like some of the memories, it seems, of that last vessel he was in, and it was one of the three people that did the ritual. So I think the meat of this is he's now in this world that he has limited information of just from the memories of the person that killed themselves, and he's trying to figure out what is going on just in general, right? Just I think that's just a very simple
Yeah. I kind of got
beginning
that
point.
far, like where he kind of woke up and he was like, he finna leave the house or whatever, and he was trying to figure out a way to get back home. He's
Yeah,
like,
and
I'm about
that's
to go
what kind
back.
of threw me in my viewing of it because I didn't understand it at first
Hmm.
because I got the fact that it was like kind of like an isekai situation, but it threw me that he was just like interacting with these people and just like throwing on clothes and walking to the store
Hmm.
buying bread and stuff without any instruction and coming back. That's when I processed that he must have had some form of the memories there enough to like act like the
Find his
person.
way around, right?
Yeah. So then it gets into he like remembers some form. I guess he pulls this back from the memories of the person. I'm not sure, but he does some ritual like walks around in a square and then gets
Mhm.
transferred to this place where he meets these other two people. And the two people that he meets, it seems like they're aware of this concept called a bystander, which feels like a to be hero setup.
Okay.
Like this person has their own individual type of ability that's unique to them, and they're called bystanders. So these two are, I guess, new bystanders, and he's being looked at as some god. Like
Hmm.
he is not really a god, but just a really powerful bystander because all bystanders are given their abilities through blessings, and he's able to create this whole realm that he is pretty much God within that realm. So he's like creating this long table for them to sit and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and so now they're, I guess, kind of getting acquainted with him, although they're like have some loose understanding of what's going on more so than him. So it kind of makes me feel like Overlord or Slime, where
Hmm.
the leader or the big bad or the most powerful main character, they don't really know what's going on, but they just pretend like they do, and they get all their guidance and stuff from their lackeys. So I think that's what he's doing, pretending to know what's going on,
Mhm.
meanwhile just kind of moving amongst what the people from this world are advising him. So I'm interested in seeing
And you
where
like
this goes
isekais
throughout the
anyway.
rest of the. Yeah, I love isekais. I will watch them back to back if they're entertaining enough.
Yeah, I did not know this was an isekai going into it. And then also the other thing was this wasn't like a I'm not into it, I'm not gonna watch a thing. But I'm also not interested in watching too many things episodically. I like doing batches.
Hmm.
Like even
I
with
feel you.
To Be Hero X, I'll watch. But sometimes because of how they're doing the storytelling, I just prefer to let a few episodes build up and then watch it together.
I feel you. I
It's
can
really
see that.
hard. Yeah, it's really hard. Even Dawn to Done, I just watched the first three all together.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's just a better watch for me than like these little 20-minute episodes. So,
Yeah, because I think I took note of it, the ones I was watching right now,
mm-hmm. Are
just
you
because I
watching
didn't know which
any?
all we were going to talk about.
Yeah, are you watching any week by week? Like,
Pretty much all the ones
yeah.
that I wrote down.
Well, yeah, I'm watching the
Where I
Summer
wrote it.
Hikaru
Oh,
died.
I sent it to you. I texted it
Yeah.
to you. I was like, the Samukaru died. Gotcha Kuda.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching that one. Don to Don. Kaiju number 8 is back,
And
and
I
that
never
was
watched the
the
first
first
season.
episode. Oh, you didn't? I love that opening song and
I
that
love
outro
the
song.
opening
Those
because I
are
heard
like
my husband watching it all the time.
the outro song too. It's real cute. I think it was by One Republic.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think One Republic came back for this one too. Lord of the Mysteries, and then I just started today. Takopi's Original Sin. Girl.
I'm not doing it. I'm not
Let's
doing
talk
it.
about that real quick.
I'm not doing
Let's
it.
talk about that real quick.
Cause I seen the art and it reminded me of Anohana.
Girl, Anohana don't got shit on this. I almost cried for episode 1.
See,
Um, it's pretty much this, and then why she got to be fourth grade?
oh my
It's this fourth grade
god.
girl, and she's just going about her business, walking home from school, and she comes across this little cute little pink little plushy
Oh my
looking alien,
god, no.
and the alien like comes up to her and is like, like, hi, I'm an alien from the happiness planet, literally the happiness planet. Like his goal, he came to Earth just to make people happy. So he found her. She's his first little project, and he like talks to her. But the thing is, he seems to be aware of like Earth-like things, but still is ignorant to just everything. He's missing the context. So he's like trying to make her happy. He's giving her these things, and these things are like actually like he tries to give her this ring of flight that can literally make her
Oh,
fly wherever she wants. But she's like, she doesn't take it, and she's like, even if I could fly, it wouldn't change anything. And she leaves. And but she does say, "I'll come back tomorrow and give you
child,
more
that's how
bread."
my kids be
That's how
acting.
right. She
She
was
need
like, "Yeah, it ain't gonna change nothing. But you said you were hungry. I gave you bread. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll give you some more of my leftover bread."
mm-hmm.
So he's like, "You know what? This is gonna be. I'm going to make her smile tomorrow." And so tomorrow she comes with the bread and she talks to him for a little bit, and he tries to give her this other thing. It's like this magical camera. He takes a picture of them, and before it can explain what it does, she kind of brushes it off again. Like she's like enjoying this time with this creature, but she's still
She's deeply depressed.
drowning. Yeah, and he
Right.
doesn't exactly know why. And then, oh my God, that was the first thing. That was the first inkling of her abuse I saw. She opened up her book bag, and inside the it was already a beaten down book bag with notebooks that were ripped up and stuff. But inside the flap of the book bag was like, "Die, shit person, go kill yourself," blah blah blah.
Oh.
And it's all from this little blonde, evil ass the fourth grader.
Oh, she been
So he's
bullied.
like, yeah, she's getting bullied. So he doesn't know
Mm.
exactly what's going on. He's still adamant on trying to make her happy, make her smile. So the next day she comes to him and she is just black eye, bruised cheek, just dirty, like really just came back from getting abused.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like lost in the eyes. And he's like, not even knowing what somebody that looks beat up is. So he's
Mm-hmm.
coming up all happy, like, oh, like you look decorated. What is
Mm-hmm.
this? And she explains that her and her friend had a
Yeah.
argument or a fight. And he's like, well, this should help. And he brings out this Sailor Moon esque brooch, like
Mm-hmm.
ribbon, and it's called the indestructible friendship ribbon or something like that. And he gives her, if you tie it to the pinky of each person, there will instantly be friends. The hurtful thing about this whole first episode is that he's giving her these things that should be able to make her smile, take her away. If you just think
Mm-hmm.
about it a little bit more, you can use each and everything he gave you to change your life. Fly somewhere else. I
Yeah.
know you're only in fourth grade, but your mom is nowhere to be seen. Like, he's here with you now. Fly
Right.
somewhere else. Start a new life somewhere else. He's here to make you happy. The camera thing, it ends up taking you back in time to the place that that photo was taken. You
Oh
know, like,
wow.
so there's like implications there. And then the ribbon thing, you could have gave it to the girl to be friends, but no matter what light that he tried to bring to her, she couldn't see it because she
Oh.
lived her more recent life just being abused. So she's like, I want to, you know what? I will take the ribbon, but I want to take my time giving it to her. I don't know how to do it. Let me borrow it. And then, we'll take it from there. The alien has this like voice shows up. I think this is like the ruler of his planet. That's
Mm-hmm.
like, never give these, tools
Oh.
to an alien creature. And because they're always supposed to be used within the alien supervision.
So that's why
So
the
he's like,
the name of the show.
oh, his original sin. Yeah.
Yeah, because he gave
So he's like,
forbidden. Okay.
yeah, he's like, I can't, like, he's really torn over letting her borrow this because it's not part, like it's not within the rules. But he's like, if it's gonna make her happy and she has been, if nothing else worked, I'll do this. So he is at the same spot the next day. She doesn't come. He's getting nervous. He goes to the house and she's done.
Mm-hmm. Right. On
She's
the
done the
lives.
unthinkable.
Right.
Yeah, which is such a
Sad.
painful scene.
Right.
Such a painful scene. But he is now on a new mission to use that camera and go back to the time they took that picture to make sure he can make her happy and keep her from dying. And from there, it's no better.
It does. I'm just
It's no
like,
better.
no, because he's just gonna keep going
Yeah, and
back and
then
reliving the pain every time it don't work.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
thing is, like, at the end of the first episode, that's the last thing I saw was the evil little blonde bitch that she goes home, and the whole thing is her mom's an escort, and she
Mm-hmm.
explains that to the alien, but the alien doesn't know what that is,
Mm-hmm.
and because she decided to latch on to this little blonde girl's dad, the dad is openly telling his wife and stuff like, I'm having dinner at her house, or not her house but with her.
Mm-hmm.
They're now fused together somewhere off that we don't see. We never see the
Yeah.
mom or the dad, but when the girl goes home, her mom is there. There's stuff all over the wall, broken stuff, and the
Yeah.
mom is like, Dad said he's going to be out with her again. You'll listen to me, won't you? And so it paints the image that the little girl is getting abused in some way. We don't know if it's physically, but at least
Yeah.
she's getting mentally abused by her mom because of the little
The
girl's mom. So that's the
right.
scenario. And the way they animate this little girl, like when the mom, we found out why she's so angry, when the mom rubs her cheek and says, "You'll listen to me, won't you, baby?" The look on that little girl's face, like she's like, "I'm going to kill this girl tomorrow." That's when
Yeah.
I was like, "I can't watch this. I can't watch this."
I
It
was
was
just
too
like,
much.
I already knew the signs of pain when I looked at a couple of
Oh,
the screenshots. I was like, I can't do this to myself. I can't do it
girl.
to myself. I don't know. I
and I
might
just
want to
sent it
cry
to you
one day,
because I
so I'll
wanted
watch
to.
it.
Oh, that is what you want to watch. I'll
Yeah.
say that.
Sometimes I
That's
do get
what
in
you want to
those
watch
moods and I be like, I just
because
want to
I
cry.
didn't even tell you the title of that for you to go watch it. I just wanted to tell you what I was watching so I could tell you my experience because I was like,
But
if I do go back to this, it's gonna be late at night. I'm gonna be like, I know what it's gonna be. I'm going to want to see her happy ending. I'm
I
gonna want to
gotta,
see
yeah,
it.
this one of them ones I might have to read a spoiler ahead, see if she get a happy ending, because I ain't watching it if she
Yeah, because
don't.
if she don't get it, that would break me because I already seen her die once.
I
So
can't do it. You know, I got some 11-year-olds. Like, I can't do it. I can't
yeah,
watch
this
the
one I feel
love.
like
That's gonna be
I
too
haven't. That's the thing. I
much.
haven't heard about it. It's on its fourth episode. A part of me saw 4 episodes and was hoping it was only 4 episodes.
It's like, please let this be it. There's so
Because
many anime
girl,
that's
this is the one
out.
I will say. Yeah, there are, and I'm seeing a lot of seemingly good quality ones.
I
So honestly, this is
know.
like probably one of the first seasons I'm gonna really try and like touch a lot more of what I wouldn't typically watch. Because this was one of
Yeah.
them.
Cause
I saw it
there's
posted
also a
about it, and I was
show
like, "Mm,
called Witch Watch that I need to watch.
which watch? I want to watch that.
Yeah, there's that, and then oh my
There's another one too. I
gosh.
think it's called like Angel something.
And
Angel
where's
Dust.
there's one that's supposed to have come out later this summer that I was waiting on. It was kind of like a battle angel kind of show.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, but I can't think
Yeah.
of his name.
Oh my gosh, it's something with Virgin in it.
Virgin Punk.
Virgin Punk, is
Virgin
that what's
Punk. That's what
called?
it's called.
Is that out yet?
Yep. I knew I just had to hear it. But is it a show or a movie? Is it a series?
It's a
Yeah, it's a series.
series. It said early summer 2025. So like, is it out? I
No, it's
don't see
definitely
it
not. I don't
nowhere.
think so.
Nowhere, right?
Virgin Punk release date is June 27th. So 7 more days.
We in
Clockwork Girl.
July.
Oh, wait, you're right. So it is out.
That's what I was saying. Like, it was supposed to be out, right?
Yeah. Let me see. Where is it streaming?
I have no idea. Has my husband been watching stuff on my? Cause what is this? Oh no, this is.
Is it on Crunchyroll? It looks, yeah, it's on Crunchyroll.
Is it?
I didn't see it. I haven't seen it yet.
Why is it not on any of my stuff? It's
Oh well,
definitely
maybe
not on
maybe it's one
here.
of the things where Crunchyroll just has a yeah, Crunchyroll just had an article on it. Never
Yeah,
mind.
it's not out. What's this though? Hold on. Some came up. Cherry magic. 30 years of virginity can make you a wizard. This sounds interesting. It
Oh,
looks
this is
like.
probably gonna be on some shit like because this is Aniplex.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably gonna be on like
Oh,
Max or uh I don't know, one of
I
them
ain't know why they got some. Oh, is this a
other
boys'
anime streaming
love?
service.
Okay, I'm gonna watch this today.
Oh, and did you get that message I sent you about that
What?
Yuri?
Yes, and I
They're
said
letting the
I'm not
dates
gonna watch
out.
that either.
You not
Don't
gonna watch it?
don't forget September 12th. We eating Demon Slayer movie. Got to call off early because I can't miss it. You know it's only gonna be the first couple episodes. Hood Magic.
Oh, I found no, it ain't. Yeah, I mean it
No,
is.
it
But
is.
no,
Yeah.
no, it
You
ain't
know
the first
what?
couple episodes
I
'cause
actually
it's
haven't
only in
even.
movies.
I
There's no first
actually have
episode.
not watched last season.
Oh, okay, no rush on that. It wasn't exceptional at
That's when
all
I
besides
didn't
the last
hear.
episodes.
Yeah, so I haven't even watched it. So I guess I will watch it before September 12th. And then shout out to King James. Apparently our IWTV stuff is getting pushed out. I've gotten a couple people hit me up and say I just found y'all content today. I don't know what's going on in the IWTV universe right now, but for some reason people are finding us and they dropping by and saying I love your content. So I don't know what they got going on.
Maybe
But
it's a sign. Maybe it's revving up.
I don't know what's. I mean, Tyler Mosca. I mean, it ain't coming out this year.
Uh,
It's not coming out. Oh, they are starting to do promo though, like little stuff.
yeah, that's probably what I meant.
Yeah, it's a full 2.5 hour movie. We do like okay, all right. Well, I do need to watch that. But before we finish up,
Oh, Demon Slayer.
is there anything else as far as even outside of anime, any shows? We have to check in because I be forgetting shows coming out if it ain't like one of my
No,
shows. I feel like
I'm just
there's.
watching my typical competition shows right now. Big Brother, Survivor's coming back.
How far in is Big Brother?
Like 4 episodes. Yeah, for the last episode was 4.
Okay, so it kind
It
of
comes on
started
three
towards.
times a week.
Okay, so it started after Love Island.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because a lot of people are like, "Where y'all
Yeah.
watching after Love Island?" They said Big Brother, and y'all better not come over here with that bullshit.
Big Brother's a fine watch. Like I would watch it on stream. It's just like
It
Big
come
Brother's
on
one of those
Twitch.
shows I will never make the commitment to watch a full season because some Big Brother seasons you just get the people, especially if it's a steamroll season. Like once a good group is formed,
It's over.
it's just a complete boring watch.
Mhm.
So right now it seems like it's interesting. Um,
But you kind of gotta let it
yeah, it's one
unfold
of
a
those shows
little
you gotta let
bit.
it simmer at least like 2 weeks, 3 weeks just to see what it's really giving. And then from there it's pretty entertaining. Up until them last 2, 3 weeks are usually always boring.
Yeah, I'm always hoping
If
that
it's like
there's just like
something that you can watch.
I'm always hoping that there's something that I can stream and watch with everybody. But honestly, like I just be like, if there's nothing that I'm really trying to watch like that, then it just
Yeah,
won't
there's
be.
nothing that I'm like running home to watch right now.
You know, the Summer I Turned Pretty is out, but they already getting on my nerves. So I don't even know if I'm just gonna wait. I'm like, I was looking forward to this, but first episode was not doing it to me. I don't know what the cast got going on, but the chemistry is not it. I don't know what they got
Well,
going
let's
on.
see. If Talamasca, that first episode, blows our skirt up, then we could try doing
Oh, I'm
live
sorry.
Big
I did
Brother.
not mean to laugh like that.
You did, very disrespectfully.
When does it come out? Hold on, I keep forgetting. October. Mayfair Witches just pissed me off so bad. I got nothing but smoke for these people. You need your thoughts on
They don't
Oh,
get
the
me.
Chainsaw Man trailer is for the movie that's coming this October.
Oh, it was really good.
It's a new trailer out.
Top tier.
When the trailer came out?
Exponential growth. A few weeks ago.
Nobody told me nothing. But okay. No, I did not see the trailer. I know I did not watch season 2 of Mayfair, which is Rashawn. Should I watch it?
Yeah, trailer came out 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. I've been going through it. I've been job searching. I've been so tired. I feel like I just sit on the computer and look for jobs all day. So, I will try to catch up. If there's any show that catches me up that I feel like I want to stream, y'all know how I do. I just start popping up on Twitch. Honestly, if you're on the YouTube side, that's why you haven't seen us in weeks. Because we've
Oh
been
yeah.
over. If you want to catch me every time I stream, you should follow me on Twitch because if I don't pop up on YouTube, it's because we're doing watch alongs and we're just watching them over here and talking about it after the episode. So just so y'all know on the YouTube side, follow me on Twitch. We literally have been
And having
going
a
live.
Kiki in the chat.
Yeah, we've been going live every Sunday. We just haven't on YouTube, and I have been going live like almost every day while Love Island was on. So definitely follow me on Twitch so that you won't miss any of the lives. Especially with Interview the Vampire, I've been trying to tell people if they've been finding us because we are doing watch parties with it. So if you want to catch them while they live, you want the plug, you got to be over here. So yeah,
Right.
I may stream the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. I think that'll be a little fun.
Oh, that's what I meant to say. I started a Demon Slayer movie, but it didn't have subtitles,
Mm-hmm.
and I was telling myself how far did I want to get into it
Mm-hmm.
without subtitles,
They
and I
don't have
stopped
subtitles.
pretty soon. No, it was in like 7 parts on TikTok.
Oh, okay. I thought they said it was on
Mhm.
Crunch, so it's not on Crunchyroll. That was a lie.
No, that fully is a lie. It's in theaters in Japan right now, and it's probably not going to be here till like
It's here. It's in
October,
theaters
maybe.
here.
It's in theaters here.
Yeah, it came out July
Oh, I
16th.
thought it was coming out. I thought it was coming out later in America.
No, it came out on the 16th here. But when I was looking at show times, it was like very limited show times. So I looked on the 16th, and they only had like a 7 o'clock showing, and then like a 9:30 showing. I think it was one was dub and one was sub. I'm like, that's it. Like that's the only 2 showings y'all got. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they got going on there. So we'll see.
Okay. Well, I'll look into that later because I do want to see it.
Yeah. So, but I don't. It's just the same. They finna get my money. Anyway, keep me posted on that. But anyway, we'll see y'all next week probably. Next week because we got to talk about To Be Hero X next week because it'll be 4 episodes. So we will
Yeah,
be
see, they're
talking about.
saying AMC saying September 12th,
It was
2025.
just on
Maybe
there.
because I can't see no Fandango don't got nothing on him.
They only had that one day.
Oh, okay. That's probably what it is. It's gone.
Yeah. Maybe they're gonna bring it back out, but
All
they had
right.
a premiere day on the 16th. So
Yeah, that's probably
damn,
like
that's
maybe
it.
early,
Damn.
some special, but it's gonna come back officially September.
Okay. Well, maybe they'll have better show times at that point. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be back next Sunday talking about. Wait, what's next Sunday? Don't give me the line. Oh no, the concert is on a Saturday. Yeah. Okay, so we'll be back next Sunday talking about To Be Hero X. We do 4 episode batches. So if you wanna know what we're talking about, make sure you catch up on that so you won't be lost. And other
And
than
don't
that,
come for me on the piracy, because I will be giving them my money too after I
what you
finish watching.
he talking about piracy?
Uh,
He be the main one over
um,
here watching it.
right.
You watched the whole season of Love
This the
Island on
pirate
piracy.
channel. Right. This the pirate channel, bitch.
Yeah, we watched the whole season of Love Island on piracy. Anyway, I'll catch y'all next week. Y'all have a good night. Don't forget to keep it cute. Bye. See ya.
Go